that was it.
Well,
Yeah.
all right, we're here, we're live, and for like, what is this, the fourth or fifth time this has happened? It's Richard's birthday today.
Hey!
Yay!
We end up playing
It is
D&D on
decent.
my birthday so often.
Because we've had, I think we would have played through your birthday 6 times, not on, but like, I think technically 6 of your birthdays would have passed for as long as we've been playing. Because we're technically in
lot
the
of
start of
Mondays.
year
yeah,
6.
Yeah,
And I
in a
feel like-
typical year you would you'd generally play once every 6 years.
Yeah.
But
like-
somehow we end up playing on different days. It just ends up working out that way.
Yeah,
So-
like I feel like your birthday has been a play night like easily 50% of the time, probably like 4 or 5 out of the 6 we've done somehow.
I don't know
I've-
how it works
Yeah.
out, but
Trying to be better about putting friends like just birthdays in my like phone calendar, so I'm not just relying on Facebook to be like, oh, it's his birthday, like so then I could just know. Well, I had your birthday listed as February, okay? So there was a hot minute where I was like, I swear to God, dude, it's fucking February and it's a ruse and he like changed his birthday. So I went deep diving into your last one, your last Facebook to find your fucking birthday to verify that I wasn't crazy, but it turns out that I am.
and this is exactly why I'm getting rid of the other Facebook because people go snooping through it.
Yeah, which reminds me,
There's no way.
I also went in your Facebook. I now have 3 credit cards in your name. So, happy
Yep.
birthday. I got you debt.
Thank you.
Uh,
My like second
Great.
ever credit card
A few
today.
years ago, on my birthday, a huge chunk of a tree fell down and broke my back porch.
oh
And
yeah.
then on my birthday this year, the
Oh, no.
wind blew out a section of my fence and the dogs got out.
Dang.
Oh no, did you find them? I mean,
Yeah.
obviously you got it. Yeah, like you're here, so.
Yeah. Not out doing a search party, but yeah. I was just like, what are the odds? Like,
Happy
every other year I
birthday!
could do the kind of weather catastrophe against my backyard.
Yeah. You
Tradition at this point.
yeah.
In any case, we've got some D&D to play!
Indeed.
Who'd like to recap what happened last session?
Oh god.
What did we start with? I don't remember quite where we
We
picked
started with the shopping, right?
up. Oh yeah.
Shopping
yeah,
and
Oh,
stuff.
that's right. We spent like 2 hours shopping, and by we I mean Ryan and Narda.
Well, shopping and ruining the good name of Flash Iron Pan to a town unsuspecting. So, TLDR, Raid and Anwar went in as nondescript elf woman and philanthropist, businessman, millionaire, Flash Iron Pan, who went and promised a man that in exchange for selling his wares, he would get him a either half price or free metal arm, a special metal arm, I believe, at that at STEM Garden. And then they went and found a shady stout halfling who, in exchange for a very nice adamantine great axe or battle axe, some illegal cultist daggers, as well as some information about the resistance. Which he was like, "This is too much, man. I don't know when I want to do this." So, yeah, I think Flash Iron Pans has some surprises in his future.
Yeah.
And then there-
We went to. I think we left from there for STEM Garden, right? Or at least the
Basically,
Valentine
yeah.
Farm
Yeah.
outside of STEM Garden.
Yep. I
Um,
think he did some sendings again.
right. Yes, because we also needed to talk to Poe and figure all that out. And Cerebro was like, "Meet me here in this barn," because he's Antonio Banderas for some reason.
Yeah.
now. and we did that. We met with Poe first to kind of tell him like, "Hey, listen, we can't like tell you everything, sort of, but stuff's going down, and we may be bringing STEM Garden back into like rebel hands soon." Then we went and talked to Cerebro by proxy of one of his cultists, and basically the whole deal was he wants us to accompany him on this sailing voyage to, what is the name of the island? Fort Multra, which is on an island like a couple days sailing away. And we're essentially going to help him retake that island. And that island like has some facility that may or may not have like experimented on people like Rain / like am I crossing my wires, or is like Chimera's kid maybe also there?
There's definitely some stuff to indicate that her kid is there.
Yeah. So that's where we're going to be headed once he like pulls out of town, which I think is like 36 hours or 48 hours from where we are now. And then he was like, and as part of my deal, here's the person that I promised Audra could like, you know, get her vengeance on, and that was the cultist he was channeling through at the moment. There may have been other things, but that is what I remember.
That was the big a little bit.
So we are going to pick up where we kind of left off after getting some details from our dude in the what do you call it, in Hunter's farmhouse. So were there any other follow-up questions? Because basically we ended up with like hey, if you have any stuff to do, we're heading out in 2 days. Do all the stuff you want to do before, and make sure you save before you move on.
Yeah, Audra's gonna wrap up this part of her loyalty quest before we sail out.
The Water Genasi couple, where are they now? What's happened to them? And we'll have to discuss how we can get in touch with the rest of their family, as well as where our family is. It's been several days, right, traveling?
Yeah, it's been several days traveling. Sorry, are we doing this in character, or do you just want the TLDR?
Sorry, I started in character, and then I swiftly jumped out of character.
I'm not sure how to respond to this. Yeah, you just.
Oh, we can just do it out of character. Anwar would ask, where are the Water Genasi couple, if they are in Stem Garden, if they're out of being tortured, what's happened to them, and kind of what
yeah, they're being held prisoner at the Imperial Keep within Stem Garden, and when they all leave, they'll be left behind with no further harm.
No further harm, so they have been harmed.
Not beyond repair.
Cool.
Not beyond like a greater restoration spell stored in a ring.
Think more psychologically.
Yeah, I don't know if that spell works on trauma.
Yeah, greater restoration has mostly a physical spell.
Cure trauma
like
would
to-
have to be like a level 10 spell.
I'd like to cast Seek Therapist.
Yeah, I think if
Is
that
that-
spell exists, there wouldn't be adventurers.
Is that Fine Steed, but for like fine
Fine
therapist? Yeah.
Yep. All right. So you get that info. Does anybody else have any other questions? I didn't want to do a huge info dump right before leaving you guys because I figured you wouldn't remember much of it. So.
Yeah.
It's a good call.
Audra's not doing her stuff until the following morning, so we can take information first, or at least I'm fine with getting info first.
It's really not too much of a problem. It only takes up part of my concentration to keep this going, so I can do other things while you're working out stuff.
So 2 days' time, you're going to take all of your everything and just leave?
Yes.
You're giving up the city before you successfully pull off this operation.
Trying to take the... If I don't successfully pull off this operation, it's not worth doing. Or it's, it won't matter at that point. Again, the city means nothing to me.
Earlier in the week, I had messaged our private group and asked, "What happens if we fail? Is he really confident, or has he got another plan?" And that answered my question.
All right.
Death wish, apparently. Or conquest wish.
Calculation is we're not going to fail so long as everybody holds up their end of the deal. And you want to make sure we don't fail, because otherwise you will most surely die, and probably a fate worse than death. And Stem Garden will quickly fall back into Imperial hands. So it's in the best interest of all of us that we are successful.
I mean, I guess if we fail, we won't have to see Dim Garden get filled, so...
But I'd really like to live.
Yeah. I can't leave my mother alone in this world.
Yeah, your silver linings seem more like copper at best.
Well... Y'all ready for a little R&R and head out in the morning, or...?
It's 2
days,
days, I
right?
think.
Oh, 2 days, 2 days.
For you, Audra, in what state would you like Thalamus? Shall I leave him a bumbling idiot, or do you want him to feel everything and to be fully present?
Question for you, Richard. Is he bound in this barn, or is he just standing? Is he like bound physically, or is he just bound mentally here?
Currently, he seems to be like he could just get up and walk away right now.
Okay. I want him just to myself. I don't need you in the picture at all. But I do want him bound here, unable to leave.
Go ahead.
All right. And she'll pull out one of her, she's got those like chains she carries, and just, I guess, bind him to like I guess like a column. I'm sure there's like a loft part of the barn, so probably bind him to like one of like the support columns.
Yeah, I think they're within the house right now, but chances are the house itself is probably kind of a pole bar design, so there's probably a beam somewhere in there you can
Oh, I
chain
thought
to.
he was actually in the barn.
No,
Oh,
he's in
but
the
like farmhouse. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that's where I would take him, so I want it to be like away from people.
Yeah.
And yeah, she'll deal with him tomorrow because she needs that the spell slot back.
Oh, I do have one thing that's going to be different than our original arrangement. Your Happy Dan. I will not be giving him up quite yet. But when I'm done with him, you can have him back.
What's been going on with... How is Dan?
I'm sure Dan's as happy as he can be inside of his little mind fortress I've made for him.
Well, how are things going over on that end in Waterwheel?
I've found myself in a position where I quite like to be.
I figured.
So, Happy Dan, as you call him, is too useful for me to give up right now.
But he's safe?
As safe as one can be next to Lowpaw.
Oh, I like you.
If you're intending to leave this territory behind, why do you need someone like Dan as a vessel to look through?
I mean...
The big three. How could I turn that down?
Fair.
But, as I was saying, after a certain point I will have no interest in this region at all, and at that point I have no need for him. You can have him back.
Before we go through with this, can we just have you word you haven't left any more surprises for us in Stem Garden, similar to Maban?
There is nothing similar to a bomb in Stem Garden.
Can we insight that?
Inside check.
Yeah, that was a pretty broad statement.
Hey,
Dang! Natural.
Whoa! I'm not gonna bother rolling.
He did say it quite matter of factly, like, yeah, there's nothing.
But was it that kind of thing where it's like let's say you have an animal in your bag, and someone says, "Do you have a dog in there?" And you say, "I don't have a dog in there."
Yeah, like the phrasing
Yeah.
of "there's no bomb"
Yeah.
leaves room for, but there is poison in the water, or but there is a bear trap in the basement.
Yeah, because my read off that was, of course it's not a bomb. I would use something more sophisticated. That's what I kind of
I
heard.
think
Same.
with that insight, you get a feeling like this guy is calculating enough that you can't trust exactly. Like, it seems like he's been pretty straightforward with you guys, and in previous insight checks, you felt like he's been pretty genuine that he just doesn't give a shit about your whole area. But yeah, you instantly pick up on, like, he was very specific with his words.
Okay, I'll log that. I should follow up with that. Is there anything else not like a bomb that you left there?
We will not leave much behind. Most of everything that is useful is coming with us on the ship.
Won't leave much behind. You'll leave the city behind, right? And everyone there?
So we take the city with us.
Well, you don't have to take it with you to not
There is
leave it
nothing
there.
that will put you in danger that I'm leaving behind.
All right. See, I don't like. Okay. Gotcha.
And that's all you need to know.
Sure.
So then, 2 days' time.
Where shall we meet?
Smith Row, right at the docks.
That
As
feels
long as
very
you have
circular
the-
for some reason.
As long as you have those masks, you should have no problem getting in.
All right, I forgot about that.
Yeah, each of you guys got the masks that like just cast alter self on you to make you look like one of the Imperial cultists.
Can we take them off? No problem.
Yep. I think one of you guys did identify. Was that correct?
We did.
Yeah,
Yes.
Random.
Yeah, there was no curse or anything on it. It's just as a very
It's just a
specific
mask.
purpose, a very specific use of alter self. And I think if you cast identify, you would have known it has unlimited uses. You can just take it on and off whenever. It's just it has a very limited use of what it can turn you into.
Gonna hold you to that.
Okay.
All right. I think. Um. Anyone else have anything?
2 days, Smith Row.
All right.
Alrighty then. And he's just gonna, the body just kind of gonna go limp, and maybe like 10-20 seconds later, just kind of snap back, looking around. The guy who I think his mask is off. He's got the kind of like mummified looking sea elf kind of face with no nose.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you said it was Gith-like, but
Yeah, it's kind of like a Gith Yankee mixed with a sea elf.
okay.
And he's looking around, kind of freaking out a bit. He's changed to a beam. What are you guys all doing?
Well, Audra's kind of like probably gonna look around at everyone else like kind of look.
We should give y'all some space. I got stuff to do anyway.
Looking
But
out
hey-
the window, are the constructs still hanging out?
Yeah, I'd say they're still out there.
Hmm.
They're facing away though. They're not looking inside or anything.
They're not going to attack us, right? So it's just posted out here now? Is that how this works?
That was not explained.
We'll find out, I guess. Well, I'm gonna give you some privacy. And he's gonna point to Audra and the other guy. I'll slip out.
I follow him.
Rain, what's your take on all this? You weren't there the last time.
I certainly don't trust him.
You're one of us already.
Is it wise to just take him at his word and go? Could we not tell Poe of what we're doing and have him clean up Stem Garden while we're gone?
Clean up in what way?
Well, certainly he's left sensors or some way to keep track of Stem Garden after he leaves, even if he's not planning to harm it.
I definitely think we should alert them.
And Happy Dan, he's not willing to let him go. Maybe let the Resistance know that he's being taken control of right now. Put him in a place where
I
he's
think-
We
not.
talking plan stuff? I thought I'll come back in. Okay.
I will just give a reminder too that the last time you messaged the madam, she did say something like, "You have a lot of explaining to do about this Mr. Daniels person."
That is
Yeah,
true.
I think it's more that he's made himself available to the madam and is making deals with her as well. That's why he hasn't given up Happy Dan yet.
I think the madam isn't on yours or the Resistance's side, to be perfectly honest.
Right.
Yep,
But
she's
honestly,
on her side.
how much flack can we give her for making a deal with him when we're doing the exact same thing?
Well, we're doing it to remove him from power. I don't think the madam cares if he's in power as long as she benefits. Moreover, I don't think she cares who's in power unless she benefits.
As someone who's worked with her for a while, I think I don't know if you're giving her quite enough credit. I mean, at worst, we have a common enemy, a common system that we need to fight against. But I mean, it's been plenty of time working with her that I'm pretty sure we're in the same fight here.
Well, you all believe that you weren't working for the big three either, so
I
Oh,
think
right, we did
that-
learn that last time too, didn't we?
that's apples and oranges.
I don't think so. If you're unsure of who your leaders are, madam included, can you really trust them either?
I trust the four of you as I have throughout all of this. And for the most part, other than family and a few chosen others, that's where it stops.
There's not much we can do about Happy Dan at this point. We escaped. We made this deal. We're going forward with it. And Cerebro is reaching out to the madam and keeping tabs on Lopa.
Oh, and definitely keeping someone in that city once they head out. Leaving nothing behind. Did you hear that? No, I'm not leaving. No, come on, man. That was sketch, right?
We have to fill in Poe on everything.
Oh, absolutely.
This may seem drastic, but what if Lopa were to learn that the madam is talking to Cerebro via Happy Dan? What do you think he would do?
Then we would be
Prob-
compromising someone that we've had a good working relationship with.
I feel like that would be putting the madam in a very painful position. I don't know what she's doing to keep Lopa calm. I have some ideas, and I feel like he would turn violent quickly if he knew where her actual loyalties lay.
Well,
He
that's
turned
something to
violent
hold
quickly
over.
when our loyalties lied with him, so...
It's something to keep over the madam's head, perhaps, to remind her of the position she's in, so that she doesn't do anything with Cerebro.
I don't think that's necessary. And again, we are doing stuff with
Doing
Cerebro.
the exact same thing.
Yeah, we're doing the same thing.
Oh, to be clear, I'm not judging her for that. I just think informing them of this situation would probably put an end to the madam, and I don't necessarily wish that upon her.
Right. Yeah,
Also
that's
coming from us.
yeah.
Perhaps. I don't trust her, especially knowing that she's speaking with Happy Dan and Cerebro's happy to stay there. That doesn't bode well.
I don't trust her, but I do trust Opal. And I have to imagine you do too, Anwar.
Opal is currently with my family hiking up a mountain.
Oh, right. Forgot she was one of the 6 sex workers. Say that 5 times fast.
Go talk to Poe. Maybe he'll know what to do. Audra, if you're going to do what I think you're going to do, just remember this is, Hunter's house.
Yeah, I
And,
grew up here. I've got good memories in this place, and I don't need to spend an afternoon cleaning blood out the floor.
I won't be
there's
doing
a
any.
barn.
I
Or
won't
in the
be.
barn still.
I won't be doing anything until tomorrow morning. Don't worry about it. And she'll leave with all of you, actually, to wherever you're going. But before she does, she is going to walk over to Thalamus, just kind of like get down on a knee to like more, because he's probably he's I imagine like sitting while bound. I don't know what. There's probably no reason to stand up.
What you had to do then? Sure.
Yeah. Like I imagine she just kind of sat him down and.
Quiet up at this point, and he's definitely like would not take a high insight check to know. So he's just like eyeing all of you and trying to analyze the situation.
Yeah, totally. So, she's gonna kneel down just to be more like eye level with him. I want you to look at my face and think about what it may remind you of for the next roughly 24 hours. I'll be back. Try to search your memories, and then she'll walk out with the rest of the party for now.
At the door, hold on, y'all. We can't leave him here like this. Here, let's tie him up so he's dangling from up there. I think that's probably a good idea. Right now, it's like if he can easily escape. I don't trust him to not be gone in the morning, and with us talking about all of that stuff right in front of him.
Go ahead and give me a tools check to, I guess, reverse engineer to like do a good job locking him up.
Well, I was thinking like tying his feet up and like pulling him up into the rafters from his feet so he can't reach anything, can't really do anything.
I don't know what
he's locked up.
Yeah, I don't know what
Like-
he's capable of, but I currently have him bound by iron chains.
I mean,
True, you don't know what these guys are fully capable of. You've seen some of what they do.
You can also just text Cerebro again and say, "Hey, hold him in place for a little longer."
Lie down indefinitely. Don't they like pass out and die from like blood rushing?
Yeah,
or
I wasn't
something?
You're
intending
right.
to. I wasn't intending to hang him up like meat.
Yeah,
well,
probably.
okay.
Pretty much.
Is there a different way we could pinata him?
If you're concerned about him leaving, why don't we just put watch on him for the night?
Yeah, I was gonna say, Audra also doesn't mind just staying watch.
Okay. That works. Are
And
we
then-
sleeping in the barn?
What? It's not late in the day, right? It's only probably like around noon.
Right.
No, by the time that you got, I thought it was later in the day. By the time, oh wait, no, because you guys waited. That's right, yeah, because you waited and then went in the. So yeah, it's probably fairly early in the day.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what other like things people have in town, or if there are things in town, but I won't be doing anything until I get my.
You should
Can
now
we
be
go
able
into
to.
town?
You should now be able to go inside of STEM Garden if you want to with those masks on. That's what you were told.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So I don't know if anybody has anything they'd like. I don't want to like I know we also like want to get going with the boat stuff, but I also don't want to like. I don't want to hold anybody up, even though I need like the 24 hours for my thing.
I got everything I needed in the last
Tell
town.
DR some stuff if you want. I know that people want to move on, so.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm.
Over the next 2 days, people would like to do. We'll just keep it at that.
Why don't we do the
Rest.
Audra thing? Because I think we he's
Yeah.
chained up.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, time will move on. People are doing some things, some downtime and stuff. The following day, Audra will
Return.
head back
Yeah.
over to that.
So she'll walk in, close the door behind her and like bar it, pull the latch down or whatever. Then just turn back toward Thalamus and start walking toward him. So you've had some time to think about it. Do you recognize this face at all? And as she starts to talk to him, she's going to start removing her armor, which takes a little while.
Seen you around town. What of it?
That's it? You've seen me around town?
Smith Row, I believe. Got no business at Smith Row.
Sure. Well, what about this face then? And once she's like got her armor off, she'll do her once a day disguise self and make herself look like her sister briefly.
Okay, you're another one of those things.
Another one of those things. I see. And she'll turn it off. Well, another one of those things happened to be my sister, who was one of a few very important siblings / children / gardeners / important people to the city that you, for whatever reason, had your goons kill. You sent them into the gardens and you had them executed.
Yeah, the mages.
Mages. You think those tending flowers are mages?
We had clear evidence that they were.
Did
And
you?
that they were performing magic that was forbidden. So I did what we are supposed to do.
What sort of forbidden magic would a gardener be doing?
Nature magic, magic that is not to be done within the fines of the Empire, is a good way to get demons and other such things let out, and we're protecting the people. But you don't give a shit about my reasonings. You're here to kill me. So just do it.
Something like that, I suppose. So she's got, she'll have her armor fully off, she'll take off the gauntlets and everything too. And then she's going to plant her sword just like in the dirt near him. I forged this blade in honor of my sister who you had killed. And I hope she can see in some way what we're about to do here. And she's going to walk up to him, and before doing anything violent, she's going to cast Death Ward on him, because that actually doesn't need a willing target, as I looked into. So she's going to use Death Ward on him, and then I don't know if he'll have any reaction to that, Richard.
What's the flavor you have on Death Ward? What do you do?
She'll probably just like do like she'll probably like grab like by the chin and like kind of like turn his face up toward her somewhat, and like in that, because I believe it's a touch spell, and like casting as she's doing that, like making him look up at her, and so he'll probably feel like not anything painful, but like a strengthening energy flowing into him.
You got me a bit confused.
Don't worry, it'll make sense in time. And then she's gonna crack her knuckles and just kind of rear up with a fist, and we can fade to black on that for a moment. We don't need to be gratuitous.
Okay.
Are people doing anything else in this period of time, or should I just wrap my stuff up?
You wrap it up.
Okay. We'll fade back up, and he's obviously, black and blue, etc. from Audra pummeling him. But because of Death Ward, she'll like get in that one last punch, and he'll like fall to 0 for the moment there, like basically like flavor wise, just like essentially clinically dead, I guess, if you will, for a moment, until like suddenly shooting back to life with 1 HP.
The best you got, you pansy.
It's not the best I got. When I encountered your goons, the ones who carried out your ridiculous orders, at the time I certainly didn't want to spare either of them. Then I realized it takes a lot more strength to be able to walk away from someone and spare them. And that's what I've done here. If I wanted you dead, I could have done it. And I didn't. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to undo those chains. You're going to walk out of here. If I ever see you again, then I will kill you. If I ever hear that you're anywhere near me, I will find you and I will kill you. If I ever hear your name spoken in any way around me again, I will find you and I will kill you. And that's why I am in every way stronger and better than you will ever be.
You sure showed me.
Yeah. And she'll undo the chains and kind of kick him forward to do whatever he's going to do now. I assume leave. But, yep, that's what she'll do.
Yes. He'll just get up, bruised and battered and everything else. You know that nothing you do, nothing I do matters, right? All of what we do is insignificant compared to the great old one. And those that lurk beneath. None of this matters. You accomplished nothing. And he'll start walking away.
Yep, she'll let him walk out.
He's gonna walk out, and I guess it's like pretty clear, given how close the house is to the gate. He's gonna start heading towards Stem Garden.
No, it doesn't.
Okay, Hunter, you've been watching out.
That's fine.
Oh, yeah.
Audra's part is done. She's not going to stop anyone else from doing anything, but...
Oh yeah. The second he takes a couple steps out of the barn, like Hunter just kind of sidesteps behind him in frame, and then you hear like the meat sploot, and like he crumples, and Hunter turns around and wiping off the blade, and looks at Audra and says, "We talked a lot last night, and I don't think he should have made it back."
Question for your patron. Did you make him feel it?
Oh yeah, give him the jab and twist, and then like up. One of those that hurts real bad, and then you die.
That's all Ronan wanted.
She'll, she's, she hasn't put her armor back on or anything yet, so she'll just look down at the body, look up at Hunter, and just like, well, I, certainly won't get any complaints from me. I just want it known that this time Mercy was my choice.
Yeah, that was real big of you. I ain't that big. He's gonna drag the body off camera.
And she'll go back in and gather her things from in there.
Alrighty. With that, is there anything else anybody wants to do for the next 2 days, or we want to cut forward to when you guys are getting on a boat?
Can't think of anything.
I do think that with the mask... Oh, I do feel like we would meet up with Poe. We told Poe everything, right?
Yeah, I think Poe started heading down the direction of Waterwheel.
Last
Oh,
time
yeah.
Right, he was gonna go smooth things.
we spoke to him the day before we spoke to Cerebro.
then I would just suggest one sending. It's like, hey, as of right now, the plan is all of the Empire pulls out in 2 days.
Poe
So,
signed his name in the book, so we could do infinite sendings to him.
Yeah.
Oh,
And just
sick.
like-
unlimited data.
and just say like, but also, he's sketch as fuck. So make sure you guys sweep it head to toe.
He'll
Sewers,
definitely have a
everything.
plant. He'll have a plant in there. There will be someone he has control over in there.
Yeah.
I actually did have I remembered I had a thought, and this could be a great like making things montage. The chances are that they're going to want these masks back once we're done with this. So if we can forge some fake masks to hand over or destroy, do a swapperoo with, that could be really tight. So that way, because these will be useful as long as the Empire has
Yeah.
has guards like this.
They're ours to keep, I thought, right? Already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Okay.
never mentioned you got to give these back.
He hasn't mentioned it, but he might want to. That or like they'll know to mind search every single guard because there are 5 resistance fighters out there with masks. If I was in their shoes, I would want to make sure that this important tech got reclaimed.
I have a feeling he's gonna not bother with that, and it's gonna be more like down the road. It'll be like, hey, ready to do something else for me? Good, because I need someone to infiltrate this now.
My bigger issue is that if anyone has Identify, which is a pretty low level spell, they can just be like, this is not what it is.
Yeah, it's only level 2. And I mean, even technically, you would only have to like Arcana check it, right, to know whether or not it's magical.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
if people couldn't sense or tell magic objects, be like, yeah, here's a mask, and then they could also just put it on and it wouldn't work. So like, there's a lot of ways they could verify that it doesn't work.
Oh, for those I was thinking we would like destroy them in front of them or like throw them into the ocean.
I mean, they're worth keeping, honestly.
Right. So like
So-
have the so we would swap them. Do some like some close up magic,
As in
right?
to make it seem as if we have destroyed the ones that were given to us.
Right. Like I take off the mask and then like I throw the mask off into the ocean, but guess what? It's actually in my breast pocket
yeah,
here,
I get what
tucked
you're
into
saying.
my jacket.
I just don't think he's gonna
Alright.
care that we
Do you
whether
wanna-
one way or the other.
Do you want to carve 5 fake masks then that don't have any magic on it then?
I mean, that's kind of what I'm thinking, and I'm just throwing it out there. Like, it's a simple thing we could do. We have 2 people that work with metal here. If we can get some quick replicas made, it's one of those like might not need it, but
Was like you didn't end up using them because they weren't the right size.
sorry.
I thought you guys stole some a while back, but you didn't end up using them for water wheel because you guys weren't the right size.
If we do have them, they would be. Maybe I turned it into the resistance for use, for something like that.
I don't know,
I
but
don't
that's
have it in my inventory.
between
I pocketed all the daggers and we sold those.
Mm-hmm.
I will say this, using
But-
sorry.
Go ahead, Rotoni.
I was gonna say with Audra's crafting channel divinity thing, I can make 5 across the span of 3 days just with the equivalent in coins. Like we don't have to
Yeah, that's fine. Whatever the way is, let's just say that you guys can make them. For the sake of
I was going to say the one thing I did want to do at some point during the 2 days of downtime is wearing the mask of the cultists. Anwar would want to walk by his old home and his old shop.
Okay. You know when you go home and look through, you know, like the ending, like towards the ending of Breaking Bad, when like he looks at his old home, it's just like Heisenberg's written across. You don't see Aganazar. I wish I could say that, but it wouldn't make any sense. But you definitely see it's just kind of like torn up and looted and all sorts of stuff. People have gone in there, kind of made it their own attractive nuisance. Same with the Marwan shop, just like totally looted, abandoned, and looking shitty.
Kind of what I expected.
Actually,
Ah.
no, that's not what the shop is. The shop has a new name on it. Looks like it's
God damn it.
under new management.
Please
That's,
don't.
that's what I thought.
don't say it.
That's what I thought.
Please don't say it.
That's
Please
cruel.
don't say it.
Yep. And you can definitely tell this is the work of good old Flash Iron Pan.
Well, I made him sound like a jerk in another town, so it's coming around. I would like to also, as Anwar's on his way out, swing by. He won't go inside, but look at his mentor.
Bjorn's place, when you look over, it looks abandoned.
Completely abandoned.
Yeah.
Any notice or anything like that?
There might be a notice that's something like, out on business. We'll come back later, kind of thing. But if you just kind of like look inside, it looks like even just cobwebs form and stuff like that. It's just like this place hasn't really been attended to for weeks.
I guess that's better than looted and abandoned.
No, just abandoned, not looted.
Then
I'm sorry.
No, that's all I did. He would leave at some point.
Okay.
I
Chimera,
forgot.
do you have anything? I assume at some point there would be something about you would figure out that you could do your echo ability on command and not just in dreams and stuff.
Yeah, I think for the majority of the time, she's likely just taking up what risk she could because that last go round was a ringer.
Yeah.
But a lot of that is experimenting with that, learning that she can do that, testing the limits of it, what she can and cannot do. So it's pretty easy going couple days for her.
Yeah, I guess her old shop is like burned down or whatever, and her house was sold. So yeah, I guess
I have no more ties to this place.
Yeah. Alrighty. Anything else from anybody before we move on?
Quick question for you, Richard.
Yep.
So first of all, I forgot channel divinities are on short rest, so technically I can do all 5 masks in a day.
Okay.
But what would you say the coin value of a single mask is?
Probably just call it 5 silver.
Okay, so it'd be a total of 25 silver then for me to do all 5 masks.
Yeah.
Also, point of order, we technically have an extra one because we would have Thalamus's too. If we want, right?
Yep, you have Thalamus's map.
Yeah, so if you, I don't know who wants to put that in their inventory, Ryan, if you want that in the bag of holding or what, but we technically do have an extra mask that does the altar self.
Well, it doesn't necessarily do the altar self. It just is the mask worn by a cultist.
Oh, you're right. Well, I guess yeah. Richard is.
The
is it
5
just
that
a
were made
normal
for us
one?
were special.
Oh, okay. I thought his did it too. My bad.
No.
Okay. Well, we have an extra. I guess in that case, I only need to make 4. So I do that. So I will spend the 20 silver to make that happen.
2 gold.
Yep. Yeah, cool. So by the time we board the ship, I'll or I guess before we board the ship, I will have also given everybody their fake mask.
Okay. So with all of that, eventually we'll cut to. So you have 4 of them. Rain was not given one. Because Rain already has her go-to outfit. Rain, what have you been doing? Are you going back into the city or anything?
I think she would maybe go with the group like a couple times to test out like I'm assuming that because he said you would be all right, like is her rank and everything is still instated, and as far as the guards in the city know, she's just part of the Empire still?
Yeah. You like every once in a while you encounter some guards and cultists and people, and they just kind of look at you like, "Where you been?" But they don't really ask questions. I think they just assume you've been on some stuff that's, on a need to know basis.
Okay then. Yeah, I mean, I'm not entirely sure what she would do. She's not even sure what to do for the 2 days.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, we got fun then if everybody's got,
yeah,
mostly done.
I think she at the very least she would just keep her head low for the most part. If it does seem like she's still part of the Empire or military and everything, she would, I guess, go to doing duties for a little while just to keep things normal.
All right. So with all that, we will cut to 2 days later on the 8th when you guys start to set sail. So you guys will all head towards Smith Row, where I imagine the 4 of you are in your masks and Rain is, just in your traditional outfit. And at some point, you're just going to start to hear like a horn blow off, as well as bells start to go, just like and ding 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 ding, and then like suddenly you're just going to see like a stampede of like what was already like kind of police state, kind of like all around. There's just guards and like these big sentry or sentinel robots and cultists, all sorts of stuff. Like this area has been packed with Empire presidents, and they are all immediately start like going over, funneling into the docks area where there are multiple warships ready to go. And so yeah, you guys can just start filing in if you want to. There will be one at some point. Audra, you will get a message saying like the one farthest to the north.
She'll motion for everyone else, just like this one.
Alrighty, and you will board what is just like a massive warship with all sorts of like kind of tentacles carved in through the side, and like with a big kind of like kraken head up front, for kind of like a sea serpent kind of look. It's very like lots of purples and blues within the ship, but then once you get on board, it's made out of wood and everything. It's not like super sci-fi or anything. It's still very much like a more traditional D&D warship. But then the banner that flies above is like the kraken symbol, like the squid symbol that you've been seeing all the time. And just kind of like Morpheus and Neo at the beginning of the first Matrix, Audrey, you just keep on getting little messages like this way, that way, over this, down this way, until eventually you get to a room. And when you get inside that room, it is fairly empty with the exception of 5 cots that are in it. And then basically you just get the instruction of like, wait here.
Once we're in that private room, Audra will take her mask off. Just, oh.
Yeah. What the minute you take it off, you grow like a foot and a half.
Cool. If Audra's taken off the mask, I'm going to move over to the door where I can like listen for footsteps to like let everyone know.
Oh, Richard, do we like
motion? Tons of people are filing in and stuff. It is nearly chaotic were it not for how organized the actual like filing in is, but it is very snappy, and you're definitely hearing a number of captains shouting orders of just like, all right, let's go.
Richard, is the caution with the masks necessary, or is it known that like we are like a merc squad on this boat with them?
There's no knowledge that you guys are a merc squad.
Okay. So we do need to.
Yeah, you need those masks.
Keep them on.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But when you're in the confines of the room, you could probably take it off.
Yeah.
Unless somebody starts knocking on the door.
When we got on the boat, were there telepathic messages to us to go which way to go, or was it just over the speaker?
Yeah, and it sounded like it was the sounded like it was Cerebro that was doing that.
Was Hunter able to hear those messages?
No, just it was just Audra.
Okay.
So yeah, and then Audra kind of guided the rest of the way in. So you get on the boat, and did you guys do anything, talk about anything, or are you just kind of waiting for it to set sail or something else to happen?
I will ask the group, like, because now the time I think is finally passed. So I suppose it's time we check on our friends heading up to the mountain.
Yeah, it definitely wouldn't hurt.
Who's...
I gotta be honest, for this mission, I thought that we'd have a nicer room. Did anyone else think that?
like a VI.
No, I
we
very
have
much
a room.
imagine this from the Empire.
Rain knows the deal. She's been in the Empire for a while.
She's
Like,
been on a ship before. This is the nicer room, Anwa.
Oh, really? Wow.
Be
I don't know whether to
glad
feel-
you're not sharing bunks with the grunts.
Yeah.
Cut to just like a couple of people like, stop hogging the covers.
Yeah, I would say
Like-
that, like, go in. It's a fairly small room. There's two cots on, like, one on the left, one on the right, and then like two hammocks up above them, and then one
Yep.
hammock on the far end of the wall, and that's like those are the five.
Here's a question: are any of them actually like enough for Audra to sleep on, or is she gonna be
No.
like feet hanging off?
I
Feet
think
hanging
the
off.
two tall ladies are getting the cots.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless you're sleeping with your mask on, you are definitely
That's fine. I can be cot buddies with Chimera because she wants to. I want to talk to Chimera at some point during the voyage anyway. It'll be
Okay.
like sleepover whispers on the floor.
So just to move things forward a bit, eventually the ship will start to take off, and you guys, you've just not gotten any instructions other than just like wait for my next instruction. So you guys will have some downtime to do whatever it is you will, if you have conversations to have with each other or anything else. Yeah, for a good chunk of time, possibly even up to an hour or two. There's just like you guys just kind of waiting.
Well, I brought some cards.
Oh.
Anwar, I think if you'd like to hold on to the manacles that I've got, and I somehow have a shield for some reason.
I can take those.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I
so
guess
two-
you don't use shields, do you, as a rogue?
No, I don't even know where I grabbed it, but 2 sets of manacles. Thought there was something else in here you might enjoy holding on to. Maybe not. I have too many torches. Why do I have so many torches?
Yeah, you can hold on to those.
Question for the group: who were we sending to in the like Soul Forge party, and what are we asking? Just if they're
think we're
generally
just-
okay or what?
Opal, because she's really the only one that knows about the head talkie thingy.
Okay. And I'm just checking to make sure everything's okay, basically.
The head talkie thingy, Opal. knows
Sending.
about.
Yeah, I've used
Sending.
sending to her before.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Okay. So you're just checking in.
I'll do that. I have another sending to do as well, but we can do it after this.
At this point, she would give a message of like, we ran into a bit of trouble with some goats, but other than that, we made it here safely.
Of course they did. Of course they did.
Well, they seem to have had the same issue that we had climbing the mountain, but they're there now.
Alrighty. Yeah, but it seems like they've made it up to the top safely. Those who actually went.
And then I would also like to send a sending to my mama, and just tell her that Aura has been avenged. I hope that brings you some peace, as it has me. Stem Garden will be safe to re-enter sometime today. Love you.
Honey, what will vengeance solve?
Is that it?
No, it'd be a little bit more, but that'd be the TLDR of it. I'm not sure exactly how to do a whole 25-word thing.
That's fine if you just want to do it that way.
Yeah, just be careful that this doesn't send you down a dark path. Is
Yeah.
basically what she's trying to say.
I'm not gonna burn another slot to be like, well, actually, I spared him and Hunter killed him, but like, whatever.
throw me under the bus. Sure, she's never gonna let me come back over for another overnight.
Well, actually, while we're all waiting, Audra will also say to their group, just like, so, as I'm sure you're all aware, my business with Thalamus has been taken care of, and as I told you all before, now that my loose end has been tied up, whatever the rest of you need from me to help you all do the same, you have my sword and my magic and my shield at your service. Thanks for your help so far.
Sorry, who did he say that to?
To the group, just everyone in the room.
Okay.
Yeah. The second after it happened, Hunter ran back and told us all.
Oh, well, then you know. And you
I
know
do
that...
feel like Hunter would do that, but
No, that's...
correct me if wrong.
I'm fine with, like, you fine with that, Andrew?
Well, I mean, I would have gone to tell him, like, hey, it's done. I would have been sensitive about it. It's your information. It's your shit.
Yeah. Well, she's just going to leave it at that, just like, it's handled. And then, yeah, just, you know, re-up her pledge to everyone else, just like, nah, I'm here for y'all, you know?
Good time.
Eventually, you'll hear a knock on the door.
Mask on.
Yeah, come in.
Yep. Hear that little flute solo mask on.
Opening the door is another cultist-looking person. Goes around, closes the door. And in a very similar tone that you've heard before, will just say, well, I'm glad you all made it. Assuming you are who you are. Oh yeah, Rain's there, so yeah. So I'm glad you all made it. Now that we are heading this way, I think it is important that we go over our plan of how we're going to defeat my rival. And I think we should do some practice to make sure we are successful.
Who is this? Is this another meat puppet?
Yep, there's another meat puppet.
What do you mean by practice?
I have a room where we can try out some simulations. I can't guarantee what my rival has in store, but I have an educated guess. And we can practice step by step. It doesn't have to be quite in the heat of battle, but we can go through. And if we don't succeed, we'll try again and again and again until we get it right within the next few days, so that way by the time we get there, our odds of success are as high as possible. Are you all at your best currently?
I mean, some sheets with a higher thread count would be nice. But yes. Yes. What? Comedy's outlawed in the Empire 2?
Probably.
What we've got here.
All right, for the record, I won. And he'll pull the cards back together.
But are you ready to train?
I'm technically used a little bit of magic today, but I don't think it'll hurt too bad if we're just training.
How much magic? Your like your highest resources, or
We're good to go.
Let's just do it. Like you said, we can try again if we need to, right?
I just want to make sure that you're at your best, so we can do this as close as possible. But if you feel that you're all ready to go, we can try it. If we fail, we'll do it again. For the record, I'm not gonna have you guys do this over and over and over again.
I figured.
Yeah. What's in this simulation room? Is it just a place to fight, or?
Is the place to fight where we can go over step by step what we'll be doing when we shall initiate the fight and have a reasonable expectation of what we'll be up against. We can get some practice fighting both an Illithid, who I would consider to be close to my equal, as well as some other things he may have keeping him guard.
Well, let's get started
Let's
in
do
this
it.
danger room of yours.
Alrighty then, let's go into this zone of danger.
Do we need to be mindful of affecting the ship with this? We
No,
use a lot of fire.
This room should be perfectly contained. But have you all eaten and everything? Are you all good to go on that?
I
If so.
mean, I think we're okay.
There is some food that we've imported in from the east that's quite good, including some fried triceratops. It's quite good.
Would that be a common thing for us over here?
I changed my mind.
Yeah.
I
Triceratops
want to
real?
try that.
Yeah, agreed. If Audra and Kamira are both like, I will take some of that first, please.
One thing I've
I mean,
learned about
well,
warriors we train is they tend to do best when they've been in the best spirits. And it seems like delicacies, certain meals, seem to put people in good spirits.
Yeah, give us a hero's feast. I'll take it.
Yeah, that's basically what he's...
Yeah. Also, IRL, if someone somehow offered me Triceratops meat, you bet I would try that.
If you tried gator,
Guarantee
I
it
reckon
tastes-
it's the same fucking thing.
Probably.
I
have
guarantee
had
it would be
gator.
awful.
Tastes something like between gator and chicken.
Yeah, I mean, it would have to be, like replicated from mosquitoes in the amber or whatever at this
I
stage.
feel like
But
it'd be like
yeah,
a rhino or something.
It seems
know,
like
I
the
would
bigger
never eat a
animals are,
rhino.
the
That would
nastier
make
they
me very
taste.
sad.
It's unfortunate.
Immune from poison, being frightened, which won't help all that much. Wisdom saving throws will actually not help all that much. Well, actually, no, it might. Some
It's mostly
abilities have wisdom saving throws.
It's mostly intelligence for these, right?
Pick one.
Yeah, for the mind blast, yeah, but there are some abilities
Okay.
that I think in wisdom saving throws too. But your hit point maximum is also increased by 2d10.
Cool. I guess that it's blanket, right? So you should roll that as the caster.
Yes, I will roll that. I'll roll it on screen for you guys. So, as you eat your Triceratops meat, I know some people are itching for battle, but I do have any questions just about what was I gonna say? During the feast, you will see that. Well, I guess he'll invite you into this kind of dining hall area, and at the front, you don't see like a meat shield body. You see the actual Cerebro, who is at the head of the table, and like when you guys file in, he'll be like, "Guards, leave us," and so everyone else is gonna go away and say, it just kind of mentally channeling to each of you, like, you can take your masks off.
What does he look like?
Second, the door's open and he's at the head of the table. I take out my blaster and I fire a couple shots at him.
We would be honored.
What?
Is there a guy running with like an ice cream machine, like that one scene in episode 5?
What?
There's a guy running in the background of the whole. I think it's like just before the scene that Ryan shared a gif of, on whatever planet that is, Bespin or whatever, and it just looks like he's running holding an ice cream machine, and everyone's like, "Please tell us more about this guy." The extended universe.
Gotcha. Not gonna lie, those robes are sweet.
So yeah, you get in there, and so yeah, you see there's just like, I mean, this thing is, it's kind of like a baby back, but it's baby Triceratops, and it's just like laying out. It looks freaking delicious, and it's saying, yes, imported all the way from the Far East. Hope you enjoy. I want you, as I said, at your best for when we do this. The good news is you will eat well for the next few days. And just through, like, as you guys are eating and stuff, he will kind of, like, mentally message each of you individually, and it's like some of it's kind of small talk. Like you find that this is like the most human he's ever been. Like just like to Anwar is like, so, how have you been since school? and like to Kamira, he's just saying things like, your daughter was quite a good student. I'm sorry she's met the fate that she's had.
Oh, so he knows exactly what happened. Great.
I think Rain. I'm just gonna say it out there. I think Rain's probably gonna be casting Thought Shield every morning when she wakes up.
Oh yeah. So the question is, I can't keep track of who has what. Who are the people that he cannot speak to mentally unless you? Okay. So I think it's unless you accept it. So Hunter and Rain, do you accept his mental talking to you? Rain does not. So, okay.
I think when I feel him like starting to probe, I'll like go into I'll just, you know, those videos where they like show like what's going on inside an animal's head and it's just like doop 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 doop, like I'm just gonna go straight there. So it's just like I'm a jelly bean with like something swirling around. Just put the dumbest shit into my head and let him in. Does that make sense?
Okay. So yeah, to Hunter, he's going to say, "So, will you and your father continue on the farm once you're free of all of this?"
Doop,
And
doop, doop,
he's
doop,
just saying,
doop,
like
doop.
jelly bean and all this other random stuff.
And when he mentions the farm, it's gonna be me with a bucket on my head, sword fighting a scarecrow, and then like flash forward, the scarecrow's on top of me somehow, and I'm like, ah, no! Ah!
Okay. And to Audra, he's just basically going to say, "So, now that you've gotten your revenge, what do you want now?"
Very simply, she'll like look at him directly and like not even return it in mentally, just return it verbally, just like to help my friends at this table, and then return to her Triceratops meat.
Helps do what?
Since he seems to be opening up to be a little more personable, is there anybody who has any questions for him or anything they want to say to him or anything else during this time?
I go big and ask him to arm wrestle.
So you declare war against him is what I'm hearing.
Yeah. Apparently, every time I've gone big, it's initiated combat. So.
I think at this point, as curious as Anwar is, he's definitely, first of all, he's very off-put by eating a fancy dinosaur. But also he's like, I don't really want to talk to this guy at all. We're on a alien Nazi ship right now, and I just want to get through the next 3 days.
So like,
Sorry, I missed all of that. I had a work email. Sorry. Can you just repeat that one more time?
He's TLDR. He's kind of not feeling too chatty right now. He's kind of off-put by the whole situation.
Okay.
so like, this is big, right? I mean, you're up and leaving some land that your boss kind of told you to kind of skirting your responsibilities for something else, right? Like, ain't that gonna end up bad for you?
I'm no boss anymore. One day I'll be the boss.
Gotcha. So you're like taking it on from the inside. This is gonna be my house someday.
I mean, honestly, this house, as you put it, I don't even care for that. I hunger to connect with the Great Old One. And right now I'm far removed from him. I yearn to join his intelligence.
Well, I mean, what does that mean for like the Empire, though.
The Empire will hopefully be within my control that I can then do the Great Old One's bidding through, but it doesn't need to happen here.
All right. Just curious, I guess. You don't like our town? I think Stem Garden's beautiful. What's so bad about my hometown, huh?
It's not that great, actually.
Talking shit.
Sorry.
Hammy!
Rains all the time. The skies are always gray. There are far better lands than this.
Feel like with your complexion, you would like the rain.
Yeah, it's like no sunburn.
Prefer completely underwater, to be honest.
Good to know. So you're not too keen on hot things like fire? Just think
Like
strategy,
I think fireflies are one of the most brilliant creatures that have been created in this plane of existence, but beyond that, no. Don't particularly like fire.
Good to know.
Useful.
For the sake of argument, though, I don't think the people who running the logging company liked fire that much either. I don't
Yes.
think anybody likes fire that way.
Just
I
clear
like fire.
You're resistant, darling. You're not immune.
I have every reason to believe it was you, but I just want to hear it. It was you, wasn't it?
With what?
The logging company, that was you, right?
I mean,
I would say it was a
Um,
joint effort on two people's. Yeah.
it was Rain's idea.
I recall that as well.
Was you as a group. Good to know.
Ask about the fire that happened that was started in Waterwheel. Ask us about those.
Oh,
Because that was us too.
I don't know a great deal about Waterwheel. I've practically been there.
Oh, that's right. You were there, kind of.
I'm
Mhm.
kind of there now.
Where else are you right now? How many places are you? I just feel like you're not totally present with us right now.
No, but also, do you just get feedback constantly from all of those sensory inputs?
Yeah.
Words.
Legends is far above yours, and I'm able to concentrate on quite a bit more than you can.
But do you ever, like, respond to the wrong person's question? Like, if I'm talking to you and ask,
No.
like, hey, would you like another slice of Dinosaurus? And you say in, like, another body, like, oh, sure, that'd be great. And they're like, what the hell are you talking about? I was asking you to hand me a wrench.
Do that because I have distributed intelligence. Each track can keep track of the other. There's no confusion.
I disagree. I'm pretty confused.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My point. Exactly. Alrighty then. Well, and he's going to like grab the part of the head of the Triceratops thing and just go just suck up the brain from this Triceratops thing. Well, you all ready for some fighting? I think it's time to see what you guys are truly made of.
All right. Hell yeah.
Audra will stand up, get her sword ready. Let's see this special room of yours.
Right. So he will walk you over to a special room. And right before you go in, he's going to bring up a briefcase, similar, pretty much the same one that he was showing before. Just opens it up with the 8 potions inside, closes it back up. Rain, you will be my personal acquisitions person who will be delivering this gift to my rival. So you will be
What-
by my side, and you other 4 are my priests, my bishops, my knights. And I expect that at some point we shall be able to get in a fairly confined room with my rival. Chances are he will have a fair amount of guards as well. So we're just going to have to play it out and see how we can best do this. And so he'll take you through this room, and once you go into this room, it's kind of like entering a different pocket dimension that resembles a bit of like 1990s Johnny Quest kind of like weird virtual reality kind of space. And he will bring you all in there. So I would like all of you guys to update your stuff, because I forget which map it was on. I accidentally archived the map that had all of your updated
That's
stuff
fine.
on it.
Can you roll the Hero's Feast HP?
Oh yes, thank you.
And it increases max, right? It's not a temp. It's
This is max. Yep.
Okay.
And that lasts for 24 hours.
Cool.
All right, an extra 11,
My
not
11.
bad.
Cool.
I have a question.
I'm just gonna use a different health bar.
Yes.
If I am to be a personal assistant in this matter, what's to stop him from reading my mind? Or conversely, what's to stop him from letting us in when he can't read my mind?
I will be using a fair amount of my distributed intelligence to create a fake mind for each of you. You will mostly seem like drones to him.
What is the
I won't be
gift?
suspicious or anything.
Don't be suspicious.
The gift shall be this container of potions. None of them have any particular effects of any consequence, changes your height a couple inches, things like that. He'll sense that if he is able to analyze them telepathically, he might be able to tell if they're each transmutation. But beyond that, it would take a fair amount of concentration to focus on what they can be. And that's concentration that he won't be using on the rest of us. And I should say, just to kind of help explain it here too, so you'll go in and you will see on the other side, just kind of like frozen almost in place, you've got an Illithid on the other side, and he's one of those like what do they call them? The Illitharid. They're the ones that have like the really long tentacles. So he's definitely not your average mind flayer. So you'll see that. One of those octopus things that you guys fought earlier, the kind of scout things, will be by his side. You'll also see 2 priests and 2 captains, and on the far ends will be kind of medium-sized versions of those sentinel things.
Can you give the sentinels on the opposite side like an icon or something, so we know it's theirs and not the 2 with us?
Yeah.
Thanks.
What team do you guys want to be? Blue team, red team?
If
Green
we're red
for
team, they won't
Stuttgart.
know when we bleed.
Perfect.
All right. They will be blue team. You guys will be red team.
Cool.
Now, I may have mentioned it as a joke at some point, but do y'all want to use different fighting tactics so he doesn't really know what our fighting tactics are, or just go for it?
He had mentioned simulated fighting before.
He did.
So you guys would have had a chance to talk about this either in the days leading up to it, or while on the ship, just kind of waiting on there. So yeah, you guys can have this conversation real quick. How do you want to handle this?
I mean, in addition to, he's already seen us like fail once, and he was still like, "Nope, this is the horse I'm betting on." So, so really,
You know what? Actually, I'm gonna just kill you all and eat your brains. This isn't working out. I'm sorry.
That's true. We might be at a stark
No one-
disadvantage if we play the fool here.
No one will find you because your body's in a pocket dimension.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I will say, Richard, as we,
I am doing other things.
I will say, Richard, when we walk in, like before the battle starts, I will give Hunter the usual, well, what will become the usual death ward. So Hunter, the first time you would hit 0, you instead go to 1.
Cool.
Hunter, be careful. The last time she cast that, she almost killed a man.
Well, no, what happens is you won't die, but then you'll leave the pocket dimension and someone will come up behind you and just go, and then you will die.
Oh. Okay.
Anwar, do you have the 11 extra HP factored in anywhere on your thing?
Yes, I normally have 59. Right now
Okay.
it's got 70.
Cool.
Sid, what does the extra bring you up to? Are you at 100 yet?
91.
Jesus.
You got serious con.
And I've been rolling for each
Yeah.
of my level ups, and I think that last one was the lowest one I got with Ford, but it was a total of 8.
Do fighters get 10s
Hell
or
yeah.
8s?
10.
Depends.
I'm going to suggest that we do a little bit of an early bathroom break before we go into fighting this thing.
Fuck yeah, I'm gonna get
Yeah.
a bowl
Oh, yeah.
of Wheaties.
All right.
Let me check off mage armor before I forget.
All right,
Think
I'll-
about that
I'll
all
take
night.
us. I'll take us to break, and we'll be right back.
Pew, pew,
All right.
pew.
back in. All right, we're back on this lovely Danger Room chessboard.
Yeah. So everybody's just kind of frozen in place over on the other side. So I say, all right, we're going to take this one step at a time, and we're going to rehearse this, and we're going to make sure it's as good as we can. Can't anticipate everything they're going to do, but we'll do the best we can. If you need time to think about your next move, now's the time to do it, because you will not get much time to think about your action when we're doing this for real. Yes, Hunter.
Now, do we want to? Are we like taking the masks off first, or like do we need our weapons on us with the mask on?
An alter self that like takes over your stuff.
Yeah, all your gear changes with you.
Then yeah, you would need to take off the mask to.
I mean, if he wants us to be able to fight with our gear, I would just need to like put it on.
Usually when we say like removing something is just a free action.
Yeah, I
If
think.
you're dropping
Okay.
something or
Yep.
shaking it off.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not gonna call that a bonus action. You just take it off real quick.
I imagine in
Alright.
the privacy of the room we'd have done
I would
it.
say that if you're gonna like take it off and put it away or something, then that might be a bonus action or something. But if you're just like
Yeah.
take off, then that's
Drop it.
Richard, did he say that this is what he expects his rival to be accompanied by? Like when we're actually there in the room, or is this just his best
Yeah, he
guess as
said-
like this
yeah,
would probably be
yeah.
his...
Basically, he would tell you that he's got like crazy island where he's doing all sorts of experiments, so he
Mhm.
doesn't know what's on the other side.
Okay.
But he's putting up, at the very least, on the easier side of what he thinks it might be,
Okay.
and you guys work up from there depending on how it
Okay.
goes. It's kind of where the training would start.
Understood.
So, I think he would have Rain join him by coming up first. I'll keep distance a little bit, maybe there, just for the sake of keeping the chess thing.
Oh, is it a chess thing or?
No, I'm just
Okay.
for the fun, kind of putting them up, being like, all right, presenting gifts or whatever. So yeah, Rain, you can go over and deliver the gift, and then when you come back, as his focus is kind of on like, oh, what are these? You're gonna be like, Mind Blast, and so I'm just gonna do some saves for them real quick. There'll be intelligence saving throws from each of them in, I believe it's a 60-foot radius. So that means, please help confirm me with this, because
Yeah.
I think it'd be
Yeah, you're
roughly
good.
25. I don't think it would be enough to get the constructs, but I don't know if the constructs would be affected anyway.
60 radius. Hold on, I'm sorry. 60 radius or 60 diameter?
It's a cone.
Radius. It's a cone.
So I think within 25 on either side would be enough to get all these.
Yeah, it's that thing where like if you draw the straight line across,
Yeah.
like if I could make this 60 feet
right,
and then
right.
you triangle from there, so it should be everybody.
Yep.
Correct.
Yeah.
Well, no, I don't think it's that wide.
Yeah.
Well, it would be 60, right?
Either way,
Or are we
these
saying it's 60 that way?
these particular things are not going to be affected anyway. So I guess that's one of the things we'll tell him. Like, listen, if he's got any of those things, they're not going to be affected by a Mind Blaster. The good thing is we're taking a couple with us as well. So let me just go ahead and roll real quick. We're looking for some stuff. Wow. Okay. So the two guys in front succeed as goes out with the Mind Blast. It's to be expected that they're like some of the smartest ones or most intelligent. They're not affected. This guy over here also saved, but three out of them did fail. So let me give them little stuff. So these guys are totally stunned, and now we are entering a the turn order. And so basically he's going to like stun them, like, all right, that's our first move. Everybody get ready. Chances are this guy is going to be going first because he is the freaking smartest of all of them. And and he is very likely to give a mind blast to retort. He's also going to say, this is not your average mind flayer. He's likely to be quite powerful. He's probably amped himself up a bit. So I've made this one a bit powerful for you guys. And so I'm going to need, same thing from all of you guys now, I will need intelligence saving throws from all of you to see if you can withstand this mind blast.
All right, intelligence, and there's nothing from Hero's Feast for that one, right?
No, it's advantage on wisdom.
All right, that's a raw 20 for me. Oop.
Always a 2. Why? What?
So remember what all of your special abilities are, because some of you are going to be immune to the effects and things like that.
Right.
Sorry, real quick.
I'll use my reaction.
Okay.
Um,
What is your reaction to?
I'm gonna turn that off until it's my turn. Oops.
What's that?
Sorry, I turned on an aura. Maybe you guys couldn't see it. I turned on an aura for a moment, but it was distracting.
As the mind wave kind of rushes through all of us, and you can see Anwar starting to crumble and fail and fall. A little, I guess, an antenna from his corner of his armor is going to appear, and a quick bolt of energy is going to swerve in the direction of Miss Chimera as Anwar activates Flash of Genius. And the extra neurons from his suit give you an additional +4 to any saving throw.
Woo!
Yay! Thank you.
Nice. So let's see. That will make the difference for Chimera. Wait, what was the 17? Who said yay 17?
Oh, that's I did have 13, but his +4 makes it 17.
The sarcastic yay became a real yay.
Yeah, it did.
That did make the difference. Chimera will only take half this damage. You will take 15 psychic damage, Chimera, and you will not be stunned.
I actually have the ring of psychic resistance, so I take a quarter.
Nice.
Yeah.
You only
You still take
nothing.
damage when you pass?
You have resistance to psychic damage while wearing this ring.
All right, you only take 7 damage from that mind blast, which is really good.
Does that mean 30 to those of us that failed?
For those of you that
Right.
failed, which is everybody except for Rain. Rain, you succeeded, so you only take 15. Now, one of you, so those of you that failed are stunned unless you got some ability or something that prevents you from being stunned or incapacitated or whatever it was that the ring gave you. So who here is stunned right now?
I would think mind shielding would do this, but that's only
No.
reading thoughts
no,
and stuff. Okay,
No, that's specifically for other things.
gotcha. All right, I'm stupefied.
Okay.
Or symbol for stunned.
I like the bacon. That one works.
Alrighty. So he did a mind blast on his turn, and he is going to also kind of retreat back a couple steps. Next up is Aganazar.
All right. It's at the end of his turn, correct? To try and save?
Yep. So you're currently stunned, but you rolled so high in initiative, maybe you can break free of it pretty quick.
Nice.
Ooh.
Nice.
Alright, you're stunned for a second, but get back into it.
Bro.
Nice. That's dope, because also, like, if you're stunned, you can't use that Flash of Genius, right? Because you couldn't use a reaction either. So,
I don't think I
Yeah.
could, no.
so, nice.
So, I did it right at the tip of that.
Yeah, right. That's it.
That's my turn. I can't do anything. I can't move or I can't
Because
anything.
you got a nat 20, I'll let you do a bonus action.
All right, as a bonus action, so one thing you'll notice is where normally Onwar's armor has been very sleek. It's felt kind of imagine like the current Flash armor. This is much bulkier. It's kind of got large shoulder pads and looks like it's built to take hits. Onwar is going to activate his, what was it called? Bonus action. It's called the Defensive Shield, and he is going to give himself temporary hit points equal to his Artificer level, which is 7. So, like, kind of like an energy shield from KOTOR, there's just like a or almost kind of like Doom a little bit, where like the energy kind of goes down his body and then it slowly disappears and fades into his armor. So he patches himself up a little bit.
All right. Also, when that first mind blast went out from what's his name, from Cerebro, these other guys who got all like jilted and stuff, they look pretty hurt by that. So with this turn, Cerebro is going to do something that I don't think he did last time. He is going to conjure up a mirror image. So then suddenly there's 4 of him, and he's going to start slinking towards the back. And now there's 4 of him. So he will be harder to do things to.
Do a lovely mirror image, huh?
Yep. So that is his turn. And now we've got these guys who are both doing saving throws.
Just starting this off with a real bang. Just everybody frozen in place.
Woo! This guy, first one, succeeds and gets out of it. Second guy does not. He's still in it. And that is that for the captains. Audra.
All right, my turn to try to break out.
Yep.
Nope.
Oof. Alrighty. We got some cultists now. One of which is going to try to get out. Not going to. The other one is going to...
Wait, I don't think you put Rain in the turn order.
Oh, where's Rain? I'm sorry, where's Rain?
I think she would have gone before Audra. So before...
Oh, what's her...
16.
I'm sorry about that. Rain, you will go then. Sorry.
Well, seeing as he would try to run away, we got to try to stop him from running. And we said are we showing him our actual tactics?
Yeah, I guess so.
You can hide yours if you want. I have no way of blocking my thoughts.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, that's still active for Rain, but I mean, just in general, showing him what we can actually do.
I think we should, but
I mean,
I'm
I don't
open
want to
to arguments.
get beat up.
That's
You know?
true. All right,
That's
well-
just Audra's POV, you know.
This tidal wave will come from the right. So Rain conjures up this massive wave of water that is going to sweep from the right sentinel all the way to the last guard on the left. So all of these people have to make a dexterity saving throw.
All right.
And the 2 auto fail, which is sick.
Auto fail will be good.
Yeah, so they will go prone and take the full damage.
Okay. Going prone. Let's just go through the list. We've got my little prone image. Boom. Yeah. So the guy you said from left to right.
Yes.
right. to
Yeah,
left.
yeah. So the first guy just boom. The sentry thing gets.
I
knocked
guess
down.
here's another question. Has he told us the name of the person that he hates?
No, it's not said the name.
Philip.
Okay. We need that name because then I'd be able to make him do it at disadvantage.
His name is Kevin.
Okay.
Cthulhu
So
Kevin.
and then I just have to do a couple others real quick. What's the DC on that?
It is 15.
All the others rolled really well, and they all succeeded.
Okay.
But you got 3 of them knocked prone, and how much damage are they doing? 19 on a fail?
Yes, and half on save.
Very nice. So-
Oh, that advantages. Okay, I thought for a second we were all gonna be like. all swept away.
Rain just fills the danger room with real water.
Stunned cultist number 1 is just taken out. Let's see. Cultist number 2, who saved, is not out, but he is more hurt, and he's really not looking good at this point. Failed captain over here is also taken out.
Well, I guess that one's prone. She'll go
Over
this way.
here is a big beefy dude, and didn't really get much damage at all. All right, that's all of them. That was a really good round. Just water goes through, knocking out 2 of them that were already stunned and really hurt, and they're just not getting up at this point.
Can
Like part of it. It doesn't move anyone though, right?
no, it doesn't move anyone. No,
Oh,
it just knocks prone.
Were you hoping to just get a dog pile against the wall?
I know. I feel like it should.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
not either,
okay, so
but-
here's the question, because DM's call. This says it conjures up that much water. Can I then control that water with control water on subsequent turns? Because then I could move people.
The water spreads
does-
out across the ground,
and
and
then
then
it
it vanishes.
Oh, okay, yeah, then never
Yeah.
mind.
Yep, no, it's just real quick, and then the water dissipates. But yeah, that was a really good turn. Anything else on your turn, Rain?
Yeah, have I ever gotten the sense that if I extracted a name, the person is aware that their name is extracted, or is that just Fey magic that's beyond and it's just I know it?
I don't think you've ever gotten the sense that they realized what was going on.
Then I'm gonna take this opportunity because I still don't trust the guy and I think we need every advantage possible. I'm gonna extract name on Cerebro to make sure that his name is actually Cerebro.
Okay.
Interesting.
What do you need on it?
Let's see. This is wisdom saving throw.
Okay. He will succeed that.
Okay.
But he doesn't seem to notice. You don't get a little message like, hey, nothing like that. Especially if he can't read your thoughts.
Yep.
But that was a good try. That was a good idea. Kamira, you are. Oh wait, sorry. No, I skipped. One of
Roger
the
now, right?
still around.
I had mine out of order since Rain wasn't in.
Gotcha.
So it's you.
Gotcha.
Given that his order is probably going to go. He'll probably step in front of here. You know what? I'm just gonna have him do. He's a bishop. I'm just gonna have him do a bishop. Why not?
Is that why you have him in the bishop position on
Yeah.
the chessboard?
Yeah. Yeah, especially after that tidal wave, I think he's gonna like step forward and like come over like around the squid thing, and he's going to attack Rain. Partially because it's a bishop move, and partially because she just knocked over a ton of people with water. Like, yo, take that one out. So let's see.
Can you make those at disadvantage because she's within 5 feet of me
Ooh.
for protection?
Rain's not within 5 feet of you.
Is that not her right there?
You mean of the echo?
Oh, that's my
Your
echo,
echo.
who's not even technically there. My bad.
Oh, I thought the echo was there.
Can you do that through the echo, though?
By the
Just-
echo.
Yes, he's gonna
Generally?
try to inflict some wounds on Rain. Been a while since I've used this inflict wounds spell.
Sid,
I
does
think
that? Can you do that through your echo normally though? Or does it have to be you?
Technically.
You.
I think
She
I've
can
used
do
her
it.
before.
Dope.
Yeah, okay.
Cool.
Okay, and let me just make sure there's spell slots here. Sorry, bear with me, guys. Okay. Okay. Spell attack against Rain. What's your AC?
20.
Yeah, he tries to lunge out at you, and I don't know if you've been a part of any of these fights. These guys hurt bad. They do like major necrotic damage when they get to touch you. But nope, between your rod and your shield, you were able to ward him off, and he does not hit you. And with that, it is now Chimera's turn.
God. Okay. That changes things a little bit. But not by much. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna bonus action Hunter's Mark that guy. But as I move forward, I'm gonna throw my shield. We're gonna hit that guy to that guy to that guy. Hopefully.
Oh wait, the AC might be 18.
Yeah, you're
Hold on.
13 plus dex with mage armor.
Oh, I was thinking of if I were to do a shield spell.
Okay.
Yeah.
But either way, 18, it definitely
Oh,
was.
I thought that was a little high,
1d0.
but I wasn't going to say anything.
Way to go, Sid.
Wait, Sid, how did you roll a 0? What?
It was a 1d0.
Okay.
Because I'm an incredible person.
It labels
I
it
agree.
as a crit though, because all you can
I
get
mean,
is a
I
0.
had a very, very visceral like half second where I was like, "What the fuck?" But I mean, we're fine. So that's 1, which doesn't hit. It ricochets away from him. On to the second, which is a 20, and then over to the cultists, which is 17.
Really weird roll 20 thing I just discovered. If you click on the like dice in the icon of your roll, you can like drag it around the screen kind of. It's weird.
Okay, so first one misses. Sorry, so who are the second two that you're hitting?
Just in a diagonal line back down, we got. Oh wait, I'm tagging it funny. We got then this guy, then him who is Hunter's marked.
Okay.
So the last two were 17 and then 20.
I believe those two should hit. The second one definitely does with a 20. The other one also hits. Yep. Yeah,
Okay.
both of those hit.
So that's towards the octopus.
Yeah. So yeah, you throw the first one at the back one. He like clings it off with his sword, but then it goes back, hits the octopus thing in the back, and then bounces back over and hits the cultist.
12.
So 10 damage against the octopus and 12 damage against the cultist. The cultist like knocks down nearly to a knee at that point. He is hurt really bad by that. He's not got much left.
I think I might go ahead and do second wind.
You mean?
Oh wait, no, I already bonus actioned. Just kidding. Nope, that's me then.
What was your bonus action?
I Hunter's marked the
Oh, right.
cultist. Mhm.
Alrighty. Next up we got red team going. Oh, he can get all the way over. Just so they're gonna be doing some boom slam attacks down on these guys. This cultist that you brought nearly to death is now dead. Just boom, knocks him down, crushes his skull as he knocks on the ground. And then the other two over here, these two are getting in a scuffle. The two rooks are getting in a scuffle. Seeing Chimera come out and do that and everything else. Let's see. I think Rain is still seen as the biggest threat so far. So it is going to shoot a beam out, of which I need to roll a d6. Okay. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
What is this thing? Is it the squid scout
It's
thing
the
that we fought?
giant octopus thing that you guys fought. It was like the scout. All right, you save this. For a second, you feel like you're about to get stunned, but you do not. You fight it off. All right, so that is its turn. Hunter, you're up.
Awesome. I will roll, what was that, intelligence?
Yep.
To break out? Cool, cool. Yep.
Oof.
Cool. I'm just gonna stay in timeout.
I'm
I'll
sorry
s-
about that.
I'll just see y'all next combat.
These guys are gonna fire. Oh wait, no, he doesn't have full move speed. He's going to get up, stop being prone, and then only gets 3. Boom, boom, boom. But he is clearly headed towards Rain and Chimera. That's him. Okay. This guy. Actually, I think just staying back there, you're going to see that he's starting to do some kind of a mental ability towards the other Mind Flayer, and it looks like just like the two are getting up and brawling, the two rooks, these guys are getting in kind of like a Gandalf Saruman kind of like battle of minds thing that's going on mentally. Anwar, you're up.
Okay. Anwar can move. I can fight. He is going to, let's see, get right. Yeah. Let's go right here. Yeah. He's going to run up on this guy right here, Construct.
Mm-hmm.
And he is going to charge his Thunder Gauntlet, and he is going to make a single punch. Or attempt to.
Is it like that Iron Man thing where like the punch turns into like some kind of crazy device thing, and then
Yeah, it hits, and then there's a wave of energy that kind of like thunders out from him.
all right, let's see it.
But does it? 17 hit?
It does, just barely. It does.
All right, so it takes a d8 plus 4, which is minimum damage. As it gets hit with that thunder damage, that echoing thunder noise is going to like shake through and vibrate the entire construct to the point where its only attention can be on Anwar. Lest it attack anyone else, it must do so at disadvantage.
Alrighty.
Nice.
And then Anwar is going to take a step away from the construct
All right.
and make his second punch on this creature.
Okay, so can it do a attack of opportunity on it?
Yep.
Okay, so he's going to try to slam you. And he will miss.
So Anwar will use his second punch on this creature right here.
Nice.
Yeah,
does.
hits it. Oof, that's a good hit on it.
So, to re-summarize, Anwar leaps into the middle of the front of the battle. He makes one punch. Odd that he only does one, and then rolls away and punches the other one. So both of them are now charged with the thunder aggroing ability. Both of them have disadvantage on all attacks to anyone that isn't Anwar. Anwar is now on the front line and taking the attention.
Alrighty.
Someone definitely
that-
didn't stay home today.
And that's his turn.
All the Hershey's chocolate kisses to Anwar. Alrighty, so next up.
The game.
Yeah, so there's going to be some kind of mental back and forth going on between the two flares that you guys don't fully understand, but anybody who's like looking over can tell, like, oh, there's something happening between the two of them. Captain is going to come up, and he's going to take a couple swings at Anwar. What is your AC currently?
21.
Thanks to that 21. Wait, is it meets it, hits it, right?
Yeah.
Meets it, hits it, yeah.
Okay. He is barely going to hit you on the first one. It'll barely get through. Second hit definitely will not hit.
Okay.
So He's gonna hit you. He's got a big greatsword coming over, and like your armor's really strong, but he just can hit you so hard with the weight of that greatsword that it's still gonna get through. Okay, that's 13 damage as goes into you, but he puts so much force in that hit that the second one just kind of clanks off the armor, doesn't get through. And that's his turn.
Can I use my reaction to move my hunter's mark to him, please?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep. He hurt one of your kiddos. He's gonna face your wrath now. Rain, you're up.
Well, that worked last time, and I think, I think she wants to try and break the Mind Flayer's concentration a little bit.
Okay.
So she can move back, and then, damn, if Anor weren't then, I could do this tidal wave right through all of them.
Do it.
She's not gonna do it through Anwar though.
What level is that spell?
It's a 3rd level.
Oh, nice.
So I got 2 more castings of it. She is gonna use one. And hit the Sentinel and the Flare, I think. Or do we think it's better to hit the Flare and the Squid thing?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm very weary of the squid thing. Like I don't like the squid thing existing.
The squid thing's definitely had some really bad results before with the types of rays it can shoot out. The big sentinel thing looks really big and beefy, and it's got kind of like an arc reactor kind of thing that's kind of glowing in, like it's got some magic too. So both seem like threats for sure.
I would
Yeah.
prefer the squid thingy over targeting.
Yeah, because then it's right
Really?
next to Anwar if it does prone. Yep, okay. Yeah, so she's gonna do it so that it hits the Flare and the Squid thing. They both need to make a dexterity saving throw.
That's good damage.
That is good damage.
Yeah, okay. So squid thing first.
I love that the squid thing getting hit by water hurts it when it's like, but this is my home.
So squid thing's gonna save, and then the flare. Let me check something real quick. This is a magical effect. Okay, so it does have advantage on this. Still does not succeed. All right, you successfully get that flare to get knocked down, knocked prone.
Okay. Well, that's useful. I know we had talked.
In like mind battle going on between the two, that suddenly it seems like it's racked with a bunch of pain as seems like you knocked it off of its game.
Yes, that's what I wanted. And then I know we talked about this before. That the wording of it, of the extract name, could I use it again on him, or do I have to wait a certain amount of time?
I think you could just keep doing it. I don't know.
Well, so the wording of it, because we had talked about this before, the wording of it as written is that once I try it once, they're just immune forever.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, chances are it probably just You
But
could try the name of the other one, although the other thing's just a simulation.
the other thing's not real, yeah. Well, I know we had talked about it, that immune forever seems a bit harsh. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
but could I
that's
try again at a
weird.
later date?
Otherwise, you just keep on doing it over and over and over again until you get it. So I think there's gotta be some balance in between.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, in any case, yeah, this thing's looking not very good.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's her turn. Yeah. Because wizards don't have bonus action stuff.
All right, Audra. Please get out of it, Audra.
Yeah, I hope. Let's see. Well, as long as I'm within 4 of it, then Anwar can help me out. But I don't need it.
Hey.
You get out of it
Keep
this
your
time.
flash of genius, but also please help me when I do need it.
Nope, too late.
All right,
River.
I'm unstunned, and I do nothing, but I can do things next time. Yay!
Alrighty.
Also, Richard, can you make my? I don't have it on yet, but if you could turn auras visible for my token, because I'm gonna have one next time. That's something you have to do on your end, because even if I have one, other players don't see it unless you tick the box.
What are you talking about? Sorry.
I'm going to have an aura, A-U-R-A, next round.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about your
Yeah,
sister.
sorry.
Oh.
So yeah, if you can make that visible for other people for when I use that.
For now or later?
You can do it next round if you want, but I'm just giving you a heads up that I'm going to...
Alrighty,
activate that.
Kamira, you're up.
You're muted, Sid.
I'm muted. Alright, so Kamira's moving here. As she moves forward, she is going to summon her Echo.
Okay.
And maybe go ahead and put it over here. Which way is Onmore currently facing? Like, which one is he squaring off with presently?
Squid was the
I
last
think
one.
he's.
Okay.
I think the squid came up and punched him.
Alright, I'll throw her
Or,
there.
yeah,
It's not a great place for her, but I mean, she only got 1 hit point anyway. Okay, so moving here, I'm going to go ahead and attack this guy, and because I am within 5 feet of a friend, I have pack tactics, so I have advantage. With my new snazzy ass sword that deals +1. +1, right? +8, haha! Nice. Okay. So I'm gonna attack him. God damn, that didn't
Hey,
work. Well, I'm gonna attack him again.
Was a 17 not hit?
Oh, it is a high number. Yeah, huh?
When you attacking?
Captain No Touchy Face.
Oh, yeah, you definitely hit him.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm gonna hit him again. Hopefully.
Yeah, you get him. Yep, both times
Cool.
you strike him, you get him.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll that really fast. It's 1d8 plus
Is the
5
captain
plus
prone? Is that why?
6. I have pack tactics
Captain
if
prone.
I'm within
Oh,
5
right.
feet of a friend.
Never
So
mind.
this is attack 1. That sucked. Attack 2.
Wait,
Let's go.
hold up. Before you do attack 2, because attack 1 killed him.
Oh, cool, neat.
He was already looking pretty bad. So yeah,
In
attack
that
1.
case,
How do you want to do this on him?
I just want it to be like a real quick, like, I don't even care about you, just a quick stab in the gut before turning towards the construct.
Mm-hmm.
And do you want me to just apply that roll to him, or do you want me to reroll?
No, you can apply that roll to him. It does hit him.
Okay, in that case,
Uh,
because moving Hunter's Mark, that'd be
Alright.
-3, so it would be 13.
all right, 13 damage to the second one.
Okay,
A
and
solid hit.
then...
He's a big beefy dude, but you definitely got a solid hit in him.
Okay, and now we're gonna unleash Incarnation, and Echo Cami is going to make an attack on the squid.
At advantage, cause prone.
Oh, the squid? Or not that squid,
Oh.
this squid I was gonna
okay.
do, but now I'm thinking of the other fucking squid.
Flare's prone.
The flare is prone.
Yeah, let's fucking do that then.
Okay. All he's got on is a breastplate.
Oh!
Ooh, good call with the advantage.
So,
A critical hit with your brutal critical
Sick.
being a half orc.
brutal critical.
Oh,
An extra damage
Wait.
die.
you have a great sword, right?
Yeah, and like Echo Cami has like canonically to this point has not been running shield.
Right, the
But it's just a
Versatile
long
grip.
sword, so it's a D.
Yeah, right,
a
but it's a
D10.
D10. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Still good,
3d10.
yeah, that's still 3d10s, yo. That's great.
Yep.
For some reason, I thought you had a great sword, but I now see that you have a shield.
Yeah.
She's got monkey grip. We brought
Right?
that feat back. Nice.
sucked.
Nice
No,
roll.
it actually wasn't bad.
Nicely done.
So this isn't a how do you want to do this, but go ahead and describe the crit that you got. I'll give you that, like, because it's still, you can't like chop its head off or anything, but you get a severe blow into it with that.
I think it was just like a really nice spin move that was accompanied by it. It was the calculating, looking at the actual octopus thing near Anwar, and then like a last second like pivot of the heel, like a turn, a swish of the cloak, and then just like a good stab downwards.
Okay. After that, all of you are going to get a mental, like, feedback thing, being like, "Now! Take him out now! Gang up on him!" kind of thing. But probably in a more calm, collected, like, "Get him now. Now's the time to strike." Let's see. Anwar, you just punched this thing. It's gonna retort with, like, spinning around and try to shoot you with a beam.
That one's at disadvantage. Because I am within 5 feet of that child.
Is it a 2-hit beam, or is it a do I have to make a save?
You have to make a save.
Okay.
Damn.
Sorry, I need to roll a d6. I did that one. Okay. I need a charisma saving throw from you, please.
Oh, good.
You got that spark.
That was almost a nat 1.
I will use the Flash of Genius. I'm sorry, Hunter. I was trying to save it for you, bud. But whatever this happens to me, I won't be able to use it for you. I'm really sorry. I will use the Flash of Genius. So the suit is like applying an extra electrical
There's a
current
beam
to...
that's about to clock like rainbow colors right in your eyes, but then like visor goes up and like so you're not affected by this beam. All right.
Oh, you still have more uses, but you can't do it right now because it's a reaction, right? Is that why you were... Okay, I was going to say, I thought you could do it more than that twice.
Hunter, it is your turn.
Hey! There it is.
All according
That's
to plan.
my turn.
All according to Kikaku.
We're all free.
I will grant you a bonus action of some kind because you've been a good sport being like tucked away all this time.
I got a keyboard.
In the event of the real battle, Andrew, I will use the ring on you, but in the simulation, it's not as...
Yeah,
you know.
You don't really use a great rest.
Yeah.
Bonus action. Man, I didn't think I'd make it this far.
Don't you get bonus action dashes or disengages?
I do get some stuff, but I mean, I'm not gonna rush into the shit with half hit points and then just not do anything.
I'll help you out.
You've also got the spell that you can cast it as a bonus action.
I do. And it would be
Whatever
nice
you want to do.
Action.
I would also
Action.
grant you the bonus action aim, which could be applied to your next turn, so then you could like do something and then move.
Yeah, that's probably gonna have to be. I don't see any spells I can do as a bonus action.
Your fiendish, like the blinding smite.
Yeah, you can charge it up now, basically.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll go ahead and draw my rapier and do that.
Okay. There's kind of sock and boppers going on over in the corner here, and Chimera, you're gonna take 2 slam attacks heading your way. Actually, no. What's going to happen is Chimera and Anwar. I need both of you to make wisdom saving throws, please. The kind of arc reactor thing in his chest is gonna open up and like shoot a hazy beam towards you guys. Each of you, wisdom saving throws, which you get at advantage because of Hero's Feast.
I'm gonna look that. I think I'm gonna look that.
Okay.
I just roll one more, right?
Yep.
Okay. Hey.
Good.
Both of you save. There is an alternate timeline where Chimera, you start to get really confused. But you kind of shift over. You're like, nope, not this timeline.
Not today, Satan.
Snap out of that.
Imagine
all right.
Anwar looks over and he's seeing what's happening, and then immediately the suit's like shink again, closes his visual ports again.
Yep. So this guy down on the ground, getting a really bad stab, is going to attempt to teleport away, which will get counterspelled by Cerebro. He's like, all right, this is what we're waiting for, guys. Like when you guys are getting up, like he's gonna get out of here, and then that's when I am going to counterspell his teleportation or plane shift or whatever. So I just need to roll that real quick. Okay. So he is able to get away. The thing failed, and just like the counter spell failed. Just whoop, he's gone, and immediately you just hear like a "damn it!" You just kind of go out. All that. That's okay. Less than ideal.
This is an awful run, though.
Anyways.
All right, I got. Wait. Wait, y'all did all. Sorry, I zoned out there for a minute, y'all.
It's very much a Sweeney Todd, like, I had him!
Are we
I
are we out of
The
combat
shift
then?
to like Cerebro just turning into like just an angry gamer just
Yeah.
like surfaced in my mind. Just like you fucking like just like throwing the Wiimote into the screen and
basically a similar thing like that, like the whole, like, simulation is starting to, like, kind of crack and, like kind of spin out, like, what do you call it, like when it kind of, like, gets all digital and, like, just kind of pixelated and everything was kind of, like,
Glitching.
everything goes, and it's just, like, all completely blank, like, you're just in a completely blank room. Just like, I did everything, all of you did well. I still got away. Do any of you have anything that can help him getting away?
Honestly, that was our biggest, thing from trying to kill you. Is that-
Perhaps if we knew how it worked, if you described the spell or magic that you're doing, we could be more prepared.
I'd been working for a while on Counterspell, and I thought that was what could keep him here, but it didn't work. It's not foolproof.
No, I
don't know
meant
how to ask.
the teleport. I know the magics that I use, some require hand movement, some require special words. What does the teleport need?
Nothing. It's psionic.
Hmm.
Here's a weird question. Where does it go? Can you follow him? Because you can all do it, right?
We can all do it, but we have a selection of where we go.
You're all connected to the same mind, right? You can sense where he's gone.
My sense is if he is capable of escaping, he will go to the very people I wish to take over next.
So we would go to reinforcements, you think?
I think so.
so the key may be, unfortunately, isn't as stupid as this sounds, kill him faster.
I think so. I think the key will be to gang up on him as quickly as possible.
Can he disappear when someone is holding on to him, or would they come with him?
As far as I know, any of us can leave. Whether somebody's holding us or not, unless there's some other magical means that I'm not aware of. You all seem to have certain abilities that I do not know where they come from.
I will say, if he's using plane shift, it specifically says willing creatures, otherwise they get a save.
Well, it's on his self, though. He's a willing. Yourself is a willing creature.
That's true.
Yeah, I don't think he would even attempt really to take somebody with him. I think that's
No, I was wondering if it would force a save on it if someone had him like in a lock or something.
Well, I mean, yeah, because for the teleport spell, it's just like creatures around you. It's not the touch has nothing to do with it, you know.
I could bring 2 extra guards. They can cast Bane on him, perhaps. Well, I don't know if that would help. It was me that needed to cast the spell well enough to get him to leave.
What were you doing earlier with the... You were gesturing at each other very intensely.
In a bit of a mind battle, and what you did with the water was perfect. Knocked him down, broke his concentration, and then Chimera with your phantom thing going in, striking him. We just needed more of that. We just needed everybody in at once. But he got away. But you know what? That's why we do these things. We'll run it again tomorrow. We'll run this thing every day till we get there.
Who are we facing exactly? Maybe if we knew more about them, I could do my research. I don't know.
I will think on how much I'm willing to divulge about him. I need some calculations to do.
Why would you not simply tell us who it is we're fighting? It's on your behalf, isn't it?
I'm not sure how much I'm ready to reveal yet. Rest up, we'll take this up again tomorrow. I'll reveal more then. You all fought well today.
Are we allowed to go about the ship, unmasked, or should we kind of keep it to ourselves?
Keep the masks on, except for when you're in private. If you'd like, I can open up to a more luxurious suite for you to rest in.
Yes.
I know they're not the most comfortable.
Anor's gonna look at Rain like...
Rain is... Rain's gonna say, kind of quickly, no, that's all right.
No. Why?
Damn, it's bad for your back, though.
But then you'll not be accepting that I'm going to go. He's just gonna be really sulk off. Just go away like, we'll try again later.
Why did we decline the fancier room?
One moment. Let's go back to our room first.
On the way back to our room, Audra will walk in such a way that she's side by side with Cammy. I don't know if it's something you want to do or if it's worth letting him know you can do it, but if Cerebro is trying to prevent the other one from getting away, could your timeline thing help with that?
I don't understand, but really only if somebody rolls the natural one.
I don't know what that means, but
Exactly.
Okay.
It's only absolutely devastating timelines that come up that a protective instinct kicks in.
Yep.
Yep. Somebody just...
Only if somebody rolls a 1.
Somebody just poofing away doesn't set off the protection senses.
No, but I went looking through like the exact verbiage of Hunter's Mark, and that's just like, no, when they're gone, they're fucking gone. That's only for like this bullshit.
Yeah, like even like any spell I could do right now isn't gonna work beyond. I think it's like 1,000 feet, like the locate creature or anything.
That was my thought with heat metal. I was like, if it flies away, then I can just keep popping it, and it'll. But teleports away. There's nothing I can do about that.
Yeah.
When we get back to our room, Rain's gonna pull out her wand of detect magic and turn it on real quick.
Wand of detect magic. Okay. So it just kind of beams around. All of the magical stuff with you guys definitely radiates out there. Where you guys would probably be staying, you might sense a few knives of mind poisoning every once in a while, but not a whole lot around within 30 feet of you.
That's what I thought. The reason I didn't take his offer is he was likely offering up quarters that he frequents or uses. I don't trust being on his personal ship. He already has eyes and ears everywhere, and I don't want to lose the ability to speak frankly with each other.
All right, I guess.
I understand.
Could argue that we've been living in his town with those same stipulations for the majority of everybody's lives here.
Yes.
Yeah, and we also
But-
found out we have resistance like a week after we joined.
Immediately, that very weekend. Somebody just invited into the group chat or something.
Yeah, I had a good run till y'all showed up, huh?
Yes, you did.
Yep.
I couldn't help but notice something that Cerebro said, and he keeps avoiding the question when you ask it.
The name?
What's that?
Is it his name that he won't divulge?
Well, he won't divulge who we're coming towards, but he mentioned that he wanted to be connected to the Great Old One. I don't think he's connected to the other Mind Flayers.
Right, that would make sense if he's planning something like this. Obviously, if they could share thoughts, they would be, mad.
If he is not connected, that means there are other Mind Flayers in this army that are not connected. The one that was in the simulation, he looked older, different. Perhaps they do not let the younger Flayers, or the younger Illithid, connect to the grander design.
They have to prove themselves first.
If that's the case, and we are going towards one that is connected to the Great Old One, there may be dangers that even Cerebro is unaware of. If he can teleport away, what's stopping them from bringing other Illithid to the fight?
I imagine Cerebro would think about that.
If he's unaware that they are capable of this, he has not been connected. Perhaps he is not as prepared as we think he is.
Maybe we could ask Cerebro if the other one is connected.
Also, if he is not connected to the rest of them, not to suggest that we put ourselves in more danger, but what is stopping us from attacking him after the other Illithid is dead?
That's definitely
Before that
something we talked
happens-
about.
Before that happens, I would like to know if he has a cure for my daughter.
It was also a big question of if we even could. The last time we went up against him, we nearly all died. Today went okay, for the most part.
We also weren't covering for Lopal on this particular venture, which was
Yeah,
helpful.
that's true.
We didn't have somebody being sucked into the void.
And he is clearly using his resources to fight the Illithid alongside us. He too will be weakened. And I wonder if he is preparing for this same circumstance on his end. I don't quite trust him to keep us alive after the fight.
I mean, the big question is if we are able to, first of all, survive this first fight, which is still pretty tough, and second of all, fight a second one, which is even more tough. And then what do we do? Jump out the window? Climb into the ocean? Swim to shore?
Unfortunately, I don't think it would be our first time doing any of those things, and we are equipped to take care of each of those. It's not great, though.
I'm sorry, Sid, I missed all that. What'd you say?
Oh, it's not like we haven't taken care of those things before.
Yeah.
Jumping out of windows and running across water.
We will be on an ocean this time, so I feel like that has to be said.
Fair point.
With multiple battleships.
Time to water walk between them all. Let's go.
I can make us breathe water.
I mean,
I
that's
guess-
a temporary thing. It is the ocean.
It lasts for a
I guess
day.
the biggest problem is, if we intend to do this, at least we'll have to be thinking about it. He'll read that. And no. Hard to keep secrets from these guys.
No, but I think he would think that something is up if we weren't thinking about covering our own asses. As muddy as that gets, I think it would be suspicious if we weren't trying to be careful for ourselves.
I agree. I'm sure all of you, in his presence, have thought about killing him.
Yes.
Mostly, I
Mm.
just like look at them chins and think about deep frying them. Little cocktail sauce on the side.
Oh. No, no, no.
I can't say I
Yeah,
feel the same,
yeah.
Hunter.
I'm not
That
sure
is
how
a
to
good
ask
point.
this in character.
Is it cannibalism?
No. Moving on from that. Is there a way we can get them to have disadvantage on intelligence saving throws?
How do we dumb them up?
Yeah,
Real good?
because like if
Gee.
Cerebro said he could bring dudes that cast Bane.
Don't we have
That's
the...
what- We have
The
the
dumb
poison that does
mushrooms?
Bane as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
the poison does Bane, because if we can get them to have disadvantage on those, then we could use the dagger of poison. I've got 2 uses of dagger of poisoning mind, so that could help with that.
I can also prepare Bane.
It doesn't do disadvantage. It's just a minus.
Right.
Out of
D4.
character.
But it's
minus
still...
D4.
I know, but
I
it's still
figure
less.
that's like their strongest. That's going to be like their strong stat, right?
I still think our best move is him opening with Mind Blast, and then Hunter, if your daggers are already coated in that mushroom juice, you go up and stab him. You could possibly get him with it.
Oh, I thought we were making dumb arrows with those.
We could also do that.
Yeah, I think that would be the best, so I could just grab them when I need them.
Then I'm happy to make those for you.
Fuck
It would
yeah.
also help, theoretically, if you were to do that first, if he were to do out his Mind Blast thing, if you could make it more likely that the other Illithid, well, let me see. Yeah, if the other Illithid failed, like, it's got a really high intelligence, but imagine if it failed and was stunned. It would.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping for.
And we just gank him in one round.
If I knew his name, I could do much more magic. I could make my magic more effective. I felt when I was doing those waves that he resisted the magical effects of them.
Well, if we're unable to get it over the next, I don't remember how many days we're on the boat, but if we're unable to get it on this trip, you would think that when we enter the room, it will be spoken then.
Better question is, why doesn't he want you to know the name? At this point, he's only hamstrunging himself.
I'll
Yeah.
bet it's like his daddy or his brother or something.
Cerebro 2.
You
Cerebro Prime.
were my brother.
He also might be
I
concerned
hate
that we're
you.
gonna reach out to them through the mind and be like, "Hey, guess who's coming over for a visit?" And it's not kind.
Yeah,
I had thought about it.
that's true.
But I mean, then we'd be putting ourselves in a situation where we're gonna lose. And we'd be helping the Empire proper there.
Yeah,
He
I don't
is
think we're
just as
doing that, but I
cautious and
imagine.
paranoid as we are.
Yeah, but I imagine that's
Sorry.
his hesitation, even though that's not what we're trying to do.
I also attempted to see if Cerebro's name was, as he said, did not work this time, but hopefully in future trainings I can extract that information.
Is there a way you can verify that Cerebro is his real name now?
Well, I could try and cast a spell with his name as part of it, something beneficial. Perhaps I guise it as casting of bless.
We have several days of training with him.
All right.
And several days of sleeping on the floor.
Well,
So,
for the two of us at least.
I'll be honest, I was prepared to, show off my new tricks and tools, but I never got the chance. So maybe, I don't know, Rain, you clearly showed a good sign of force with that tidal wave of yours, but maybe I can keep some things hidden? I don't know. Either way,
I would rather keep one thing hidden that we didn't show. Our Fey magic that protects us from his abilities.
yeah.
The less he knows about those, the better.
So we
I'm
keep
down with
trying.
that.
We keep trying to find out the other Flayer's name and Cerebro's real name. And I guess we work on a strategy that means that we take him out as quickly as possible. But to not belabor a point, when we tried to beat him once, he teleported away. We still have no way to stop that. Currently, Cerebro, is our way to stop that. So, I'm not saying that I'm against it. I'm just saying we need to be really careful if we do it.
I agree.
Question from Evil and Good do?
I clicked the wrong thing. I was trying to look at it in page, but I accidentally dropped it in chat. But concentration 10 minutes, works against aberrations, disadvantage on attack rolls against the target, can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed by them. Yeah, so
Could be.
that's...
Happy Dan could have used that.
Well,
Because some people have literally been possessed by this thing.
It won't
Yeah.
help you with the Mind Blast, but if it tries to throw hands with you, it will help you.
yeah.
Will it help him with the Mind Blast?
I don't think so.
Oh.
And
No.
worse than that, if I prep with this and then immediately get mind blasted, then I'll definitely lose concentration, and that'll be just a nice waste.
Unfortunately.
But I'm still gonna prep with that. Hell yeah.
Still could be good against all the other mind, like that squid thing, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I can get a little closer.
Okay. I was just gonna say, whenever you guys feel like you're ready to move on to like the next day, not much is gonna happen this day, but but if you want to do any other sendings, because at this point, Stem Garden has been like abandoned by the Empire, so there's definitely stuff along.
Because the battle ended, I do still have a use of sending left for the day. And then I also had something. Audra had something to ask, like Chimera, when it's bedtime.
We
Okay.
should probably retcon to say we let Poe know when we were leaving, like we said we were gonna do.
I
Oh,
mean, we don't have to retcon it. We said that we were going to go and tell him everything that happened.
yeah. I assumed we did that like in a because Rain
Right,
has him
right.
in the book, so she could just
Yeah.
write to him.
Okay, yeah,
immediately.
cool. Just making sure like that was said.
Yeah.
Yeah, I imagine maybe like at the end of each day, is Rain giving like writing out a couple of sendings to let him know what we're doing, or how much information do you want Poe to know from us?
Might
Yeah,
as well. I mean, now that we have a family plan.
We're also on the boat. It's not like we can come, him or the Resistance can come after us.
Yeah.
You're currently the safest we can possibly be from the big three right now.
It's true.
Yeah. They can take the week to cool off, knowing that we're working for the Empire.
Dear
and-
Lopal, let me tell you what I really think about you.
Come and find me, bro.
Get me.
Oh, dude,
Bring your
like,
floaties, dipshit.
like all the ships, all the warships left Stem Garden. The Empire's gone. Like we did shit.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
I have a sending left if we want to check in.
Want to move on to some other things and keep it moving.
Do we want to check in on Stem Garden? Because I have a slot left for the day. For that.
Probably need to verify that the water genasi are actually free. I imagine is probably a hot point that Ryan might mention.
Yeah.
So you've got one
From
slot,
I
and
heard
I've-
him say that from me.
That's great.
and I've got a free slot for. So I guess we got two sendings
Okay.
to anyone.
The question is who we contact for something like that, because I don't believe Audra wouldn't know the Genasi. I don't think, so she couldn't.
But then they kept people. They gave you all shelter at.
Oh, it's
Waterway.
those two. I don't know why I thought
Yeah.
it was someone else.
It's
Okay.
the mom and the dad. I want to say
Yeah.
the kids are going up the mountain.
Okay.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
then
it was
I
them.
then I can use one of my sendings to them and Richard. It's just within well, I guess they've probably never received this before, so it would be like, don't be alarmed. This is Audra from the group you sheltered in your bathhouse. Have you been released from the Empire's hold? Are you okay?
We've been released. Thank you. We can't thank you enough.
You should have been like, don't go back to Waterway.
You and everyone else are safe. Do you know where our children are?
I relay that response back, and I turn and I'm like, Rain, are you able to send them the response, because I cannot.
Absolutely, and she'll send that info to them. I guess that way they could actually start heading up the mountain if they wanted to as well, to go be
Yeah.
with their kids.
Tell them to watch
Or
out
if they
for
wanna-
codes.
Or if they want to stay put in Stem Garden, they might
Yeah.
be.
It's just
Yeah.
funny that they ask a question and I'm like, let me defer you to my partner on this one.
So Rain, what do you tell them?
Oh God.
If you want to,
Uh,
you don't have to do like really count it out. Like,
Yeah, I mean, it would effectively be like, Audra ran out of magic. Don't be alarmed. Your children
Just
are
sending magic.
in blah blah blah.
okay, yeah, and they would basically just reply, "Oh, thank you so much. We'll be in. We hope to see you again. Thank you for everything. This is amazing." So it looks like Cerebro kept his word on that front. Both of them are safe.
Cool. Yeah,
I suppose. Oh, sorry.
You go.
I suppose we should speak about what do we do after, assuming we live through whatever happens.
Considering I'm still not sure who it is we're going up against, I don't know how much of a plan we can formulate.
Perhaps not, but I think we should be prepared. If he keeps his word and we get a small boat, might I suggest we go to Nibble? I could see my mother.
I could use a snack.
Using to believe that's canon.
Miss Kamira, actually, you mentioned something important, and I think this is a good point. Cerebro's insurance policy that we don't turn on him is likely going to be Keon. Because
Very
once we kill that mind flayer, whatever his name is, Cerebro will take control of that island, including your daughter. That's his insurance policy. So we need to make sure that Keon, we're able to safely get her as well.
If it is,
That's
as you
important.
saw in the other timeline, in the other universe, and they are experimenting on people, are we sure we want to let that island be taken?
That's an even better question.
If people are being hurt in such a way, I wouldn't mind seeing it destroyed. And we do have a knack for burning things down.
I don't think Cerebro will be very kind in that.
To the point of some of the stuff Rain has raised, or maybe it was Artem who raised it, but once we've done battle with this rival of Cerebro's own forces will be considerably weakened. Perhaps we can evaluate then what we do.
I think that's our best chance, because I think there was, at least on my part, a tentative hope that Lopal would be knocked down a few pegs so he'd be dispatchable, and he was not. So putting all of the eggs into that basket is something I will not be doing.
After our...
To be clear too, the simulation he was doing and was like a really contained space
Right.
Yep.
for like, you know, mainly Flare versus Flare. He didn't seem like he had any intention of using his whole forces, so I don't think there's anything to say that his forces would be weakened. Just
Yeah, I think this is more of a coup attempt.
Oh yeah, just him, yeah.
Okay.
Well, there is one advantage we have. He can't do this without us. We saw in the simulation he ran, he failed. He is relying on us to provide him an advantage to win. It gives us the tiniest bit of leverage.
If he had any other way to do it, he would do it without us.
Do we need some sort of signal then if, after we've dealt with the other one, some sort of signal to say, all right, now we turn our attention towards Cerebro?
The problem
Would you
with
let
that
me
is we
talk
need to
to
make
him
sure that
first?
Keon is secured first.
Of course.
Assuming that she can be secured.
he's also said a number of times, like, you know, for Stem Garden and this whole region not to be affected by the players, like, he needs to win to keep them out of there. If you
Mhm.
suddenly turn on him and then he loses, Stem Garden's probably going to get taken over by whoever comes next. So, like,
Fills the power vacuum.
I think we were
The new
playing...
baby.
I don't know if this is necessarily still the same result, but I think we were saying more like we take out the rival with Cerebro and then turn on Cerebro and get both. I thought was kind of...
No, but he's saying that
teasing
if Cerebro not being there
Right,
to
okay,
maintain
got it,
that
got it,
power,
it.
then
So it's the
somebody
same
else
result.
is just going to come take it. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Correct.
Got it.
I'm actually, I was trying to say more like, we have leverage over Cerebro until we kill the other guy, at which point we have
Mhm.
zero leverage.
True.
And then
So
he has
maybe we
literally
can-
fucking all of it.
Yeah. So maybe we get Cerebro to do things for us before we kill him, like
Names?
have him send forces to go get Keon while we're dealing with the main guys, so that that's ready for us to go the moment we're done, type thing.
Well, I mean, if... Yeah. Or, I mean, like, if it's... I mean, yeah, what's his intention other than just having his own operating base? Like, if he's not using this for the same purposes, then yeah, we should be letting everybody out, you know?
So I was trying to put it across with Rain, but I don't know if I did. I personally think he's getting rid of him to take his seat.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mm,
That's
okay.
definitely
Yeah.
yes.
I don't even know if he cares about this project as much. It might be more the other Flayers project,
Yeah.
which maybe we can talk to Cerebro and get him to agree that, like, hey, if you want us to still help you, you're gonna do something to mess up the thing before we fight the
Yeah.
flare, or else we're not gonna help you, and then we can all die.
Sounds like I know we're not gonna play out every danger room fight here, but that sounds like a good thing to like bring up with him like tomorrow before we go in, you know? Especially
Right, and I
'cause
mean, he's been open during, like, he was very open during the meal.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
he was talking. I
It-
mean, that could be a dinner conversation for
Yeah.
all I care.
Well,
Oh,
I would
yeah,
say,
yeah.
especially since, as you all have said as well, like, now that we've seen, like, he bamfed out of there, like, he lost that fight and needs us, we have that advantage on it, you know?
Yep. And he knows we know that too, so it's not
Yeah.
like he can try and play it off of like, oh, I'm just bringing you
And
for the
he
extra
knows we know he
insurance.
knows.
Yeah.
Like, it just goes deeper.
And when we know that he knows that we know that he knows. But I do like the fact that this is, for some of the party, for like 3 of us, it's us like fighting alongside our high school principal.
Yeah.
I just have one thing for whenever it's, like I said, whenever it's like bedtime here in the cabin.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. As the 2 tall girls are on their cots on the ground, Audra's just gonna like roll over. Hey, come here. Can I ask you something? So when we go in there tomorrow, listen, I know you're strong and all that, but you know, now that I've kind of come face to face with what I've been seeking for so long, are you ready for whatever we're gonna find on this island in the next couple days? I may have misspoken and said tomorrow, but you know what I mean.
I'm going whether I'm ready or not, to be frank.
And you know how everything went down with Hunter and myself and Thalamus and all that. I just want to say, if you, for some reason, need someone else to swing the blade at anything, just let me know. Because I said I'd help you out with whatever you needed in this, and that still stands.
I'm going to hope that I don't have to hold you to that, but I might call on you.
All right. And let me just say, as someone who already has one of these, regardless of your current situation, you do seem like a pretty great mom. And she'll turn
No.
back over and
Good night.
and go back to bed.
Is there any dreaming, talking to the other side, anything else going on before next day when you'll get another chance to have another meal with Cerebro and get back at it?
I think there would be a dream attempt to reach out to Keon and just be like, "Hey, I'm going there. Like, I know the situation on that island now. Please do not go back there, because we stressed it once, but we gotta stress that again."
I will need a persuasion check. If you like, you could give me a modifier and I will make it, and then because you don't know how it'll go.
Yeah. Okay.
Or if you want to know how you did, then you do that too.
No. My persuasion is +4.
Okay. Okay.
I would like to insight
yeah.
check you. What was it?
He's looking a little better, not much better, but even like days later, she's still held up, like kind of in her same bed area, that looking pretty sick from the what do you call it? Sickness. From the like Soul Forge sickness or whatever we're calling it.
She was like lucid and okay though.
Weak but lucid, yeah.
Okay.
Yep. All right. So, absence of anything else, we're going to cut forward to the next day. Another meal.
I did just want to try one thing.
Yeah, go for it.
I just wanted to practice activating both daggers of poisoning mind at the same time to see if like I could like run through that. Like
Oh, kind of a gunslinger thing, like a quick draw. Okay.
yeah.
Hunter, what are you doing in your bunk? We're trying to sleep.
Don't worry about it.
Do that as a sleight of hand. So yeah, for the creativity, I'll give it to you. So like in the heat of battle, if you'd like to try to get both, I think the DC would have to be higher than 13. Let's say DC 15 to like. So you might not be able to get them both at the same time during battle, but you can try.
All right, tight. I appreciate it.
I know.
Yeah, first time you try, you don't quite get it. It takes one, then about a little bit.
I'm practicing. I'm getting the hang of it. Working on that muscle memory.
Again, I know we're not running through the combat stuff every time while we're here, but do people want Audra to prepare Bane, just in general for this stuff coming up?
Yeah. So after this next thing, I am going to ask for like if anybody has something they'd like to describe in a montage of you guys getting better and better at it.
Sure.
Go ahead and do that. But
that was
for
more...
me, let's cut to the next meal. From what do you call it? From Cerebro. Are there any questions that you have, Cerebro? Anything you want to talk about? Anything like that? He seems kind of unusually personable again, kind of each time, seeming like he's trying to find some kind of connection between these, these what do they call it? Not the primary plane.
Material
plane. Thank you. Material plane people. Yeah.
Could I do kind of just a general insight for these conversations to see like if he's trying to get like,
sure,
how much is this like him like strategically getting stuff? How much is this him genuinely trying to be personal? How much is this like he's trying to be friendly because he's genuinely afraid? You know what I mean?
Yeah, go ahead and roll an insight.
All right.
I'm gonna ask about Keon.
21.
Yeah, that's really good. You get a sense that he seems to genuinely be letting his guard down. Like, he seems like he probably has ulterior motives, but you kind of get a sense that, like, every once in a while he, like, will let something slip that seems like that wasn't strategically to his advantage to let that
happen,
but he did. So it does seem like he's described you guys kind of like as pets that he's gotten somewhat fond of. And you kind of get a sense of that he like might actually be really trying to connect like one would to a dog or something.
Getting that, Audra will be a little more or a little less blunt with the way that she's answering things, at least.
Okay. Anybody else have anything for Cerebro?
I think even before the fight, Rain's gonna ask if she can try and cast Bless on him in sort of like a way of like, hey, maybe this will help. Can you tell me if it makes your counterspell feel any more powerful?
He'll say, I will allow this if you answer me this. Why is your mind blank?
I think that, frankly, I'd like to keep my thoughts my own.
Okay, let me rephrase. How is your mind blank?
It's an ability I have.
Ability given by who was not given by us?
In the same place that I get the rest of my magic.
Jeez.
Something for me to know and you to not.
I think at least her spellbook would be visible, right?
No. I mean, she uses her shield as a focus when she casts spells.
Okay.
That's cool. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah.
Well, if you're going to be coy, then so will I. So no. You can't test this out on me.
Well, I'm not the one who needs to kill another illithid.
Oh no, you are. If you want to remain alive, you are.
I think we both know that you need us more than we need you.
Does the target need to be willing for bless?
No.
But it needs to
But
be.
it would be pretty conspicuous if she just started casting a spell
Yeah.
at dinner.
Make no mistake, I have contingencies in case you decide to back out. I have planned for such things. Don't think for a second that I need you more than you need me. That would be dangerous.
Sorry. The post made me laugh. I think we wouldn't be here if you had a contingency that was as good as us.
No, not as good. I would very much prefer to work with you. But if you start giving the attitude that you don't need me and I absolutely need you, then you are mistaken.
I think if you're unwilling to work with us, it's only you who is going to suffer in the end. I'm trying. I offered to try a spell that might help.
And I'm trying to understand you.
That wasn't part of helping you. I agreed to help, not to tell you my secrets.
Fine. Help me in some other way then. It's to our mutual benefit that we all succeed. Frankly, unless I can hear what's going on in your mind, I cannot trust you very well. And so, you asking to put a spell on me, I do not trust at the moment.
And I don't trust you in my mind. You have to realize that that goes both ways, right? Someone rooting around inside of your head.
I understand your position, so let's just agree to work with each other without this little side bargain thing. I will not go in your mind, and you will not test spells on me. We'll find other ways to succeed in this mission. Speaking of everyone, I saw how our last battle went, and so I've developed a couple of new contingencies. One, I am learning how to cast this counterspell at a higher level. And secondly, I noticed what you did, Anwar, to help Chimera not get stunned. That's something I've worked on over the last day. That is now something I can do as well.
This
what?
blue
Quick
mage,
learner.
this blue mage we're fighting with, man. He got spells from all of us at this point, basically. Man.
And that's why I don't want him to know anything.
Yep.
That's a very fair point, Artem. Perhaps the more I see what you can do, the more I'll be able to replicate, and so that way we can continue to do better.
No, go back to that part where you say you can do the thing that I do. How does that work?
I mean, how does it work? I watched.
You only saw it once. What do you have, a Sharingan or something? How do you know what I even did?
You're using a lot of similar tech to what we've had. And I saw what you were doing. I was able to analyze that. The good news is you're much likely to have half of you, much less likely to be in a situation where half of you are stunned again.
And you figured you could use that to help you with your counterspell?
Can use it to help all of you be able to gang up on my rival. And the counterspell thing is something that I'm still newer at, and I think that I can cast it at higher levels now, so it will increase the odds at the very least. Might not guarantee, but it'll be better.
Since we're all in the mood of sharing and, trust, what do you plan to do with this island once you have it?
Use it. I will use the forces that I've already gathered, and the forces that I will gain there, and I will continue to take over with that amount of force. And the forces that have already been depleted from the south that were being sent up to Stem Garden, I will then take over each place one at a time until it will be the logical conclusion that those who are also on the outskirts and away from what you call the hive mind, they will all bow to me. And then I will take my forces east. And if I'm successful, then you will never see us again.
And what do you plan on doing with the experiments?
You mean like your daughter?
Like my daughter, yes.
You can have her if you want her. Some of the other experiments I might find useful to my own ends, but you can have her.
Would she still be herself? Or is she something else?
I know she was taken there, and I have a good reason to believe she's been experimented on in some way.
She has.
You say that like you know.
I do know.
I'm going to need... is it wisdom, or what's detect thoughts? Is that wisdom or intelligence? He's going to immediately start probing your mind.
Oh no!
First of all, I
Is
need
it
surface thoughts. What are your surface thoughts when you're talking about, oh yeah, I know.
It's
Is it like the visuals of her and stuff?
it's what Keon was saying about what she saw when she tried timeline hopping with the tentacles and the gills, and it's like that iteration.
Luckily
Just
for you, you're in the middle of a hero's feast, so you will have advantage as he's probing through your mind, and I will need a wisdom saving throw from you, please.
did it roll?
Nope.
No, it didn't. That's weird. It's stuck on. It just says rolling the dice. There it goes. God damn! What the fuck? What the fuck?
Anwar's gonna cough, and then he's gonna bang the table. And a bolt of energy is gonna shoot from underneath the table into Kamira's leg. Oh, sorry. Triceratops in the throat. It's chewy, but good.
Just kind of looks over. That's actually Stegosaurus today.
Oh right, yep. It's because the spikes. You can tell. Yep, that's right.
It throws him off a little bit, and he's also, you get the idea that he's already concentrating on other things. He doesn't really get any further than that, but he does get some visuals from your surface thoughts of this thing. I'm sorry, how do you know about this?
I might not be a total enigma like Rain is, but I have my own capabilities.
I've noticed that phantom thing you do. Is that connected with how you know this?
Yes.
Do your phantoms know things? Do they speak to you?
When I go and ask. Yes.
I will accept either deception or persuasion for that to see if that will satisfy him. because it's kind of true.
True, but it's kind of not. Yeah, you said
either, whatever time.
persuasion. Luck.
Luck. Okay.
And I mean, if it is a surface thought, if he's still like has that active, he could probably sense that level of panic of like, no, not that one. Pick another one. That's better.
Okay. Yeah. So you like finding just the right kind of words and like maybe like an inflection a little different, and the way you say that is enough to satisfy him. They're like, okay, weird magic shit. Okay. So anyway, the conversation. Where were we with that conversation before it went on that side tangent? He was talking about your daughter and
maybe being experimented on, and yes, she has been.
Well, if you know that she has been, I'm not up to speed on what her condition is. I don't know if her mind has been reprogrammed or not. You'll have to find that out in your own way, I suppose. But like I said, you're welcome to have her. She's just one of many.
We could do something Artem raised earlier in our chat window. We could ask him if he knows anything about the dolphin symbol.
What about this dolphin symbol that was squiggled on this map?
What about this this doodle from a robot we got?
I have so
How
many
about some Dippensaurus for this Stegosaurus? Sorry.
anything else for him, or is that?
Maybe just like a fleeting thought of like, if she isn't herself, can you fix her? Like, just fleeting thoughts, wondering.
I can try, but I won't know until I see her. I'll give you her in the best condition I can. How's that?
You swear?
Sure, if that means something to you.
It doesn't. Thank you, though.
The question is, what will you all be doing after we succeed in this mission? Will you head back to Stem Garden? Reclaim your home?
I think after that I might have a man to see about blowing up children, personally.
About it being done, not someone to do it.
Correct.
Yeah.
Not my MO.
It wasn't us.
No, I'm not.
Fun finding out who it was. Grown quite fond of you all. I wish you all the best. Hope and expect that after our business is done, you will stay the hell out of my way, just as I will stay the hell out of yours. Unless you wish to continue on this quest. If you would like to continue to fight more and more, and take down the Empire yourself to install new leadership, could be open to that. But if you decide to not join me after this mission, I'm just as fine with that as well.
Well, we always have a way of contacting you, and vice versa.
Absolutely.
I had a question about the body. Assuming
When you go through adolescence,
yeah, no, not that one. Assuming we succeed and we kill this rival of yours. I know you guys have a thing for brains. So I don't know if that was something you only did on like other species, or you guys do it on yourselves too. Is that like not done. Is that passe?
I'll be absorbing his intelligence for sure.
And by absorbing his intelligence, you mean devouring his brain?
Slurping it up. Don't you love it?
Not really. Okay, all right. Well.
Well, shall we get to it?
Sure. Might as well. Not feeling Stegosaurus today. I guess it's not really my favorite.
Going back into the simulation, I just want to see one more round of intelligence checks to see how you do on the first stun, and then we can just kind of do a montage from there, you guys training and stuff.
That really is how this battle goes. It's like, do you survive the first stun? Well, that kind of tells you how this battle's gonna go.
Yeah, it's like you go to like the game facts guide, and it's like, all right, if you lose in this round, don't bother doing anything else. Hey!
Hey!
Those are generally better this time.
They are, but well, I don't know, because only Audra and Anwar would save at first. But what are everybody else's abilities and things like that to possibly help? I would say,
I can Flash of Genius Rain.
Okay, you Flash of Genius Rain. He will Flash of Genius Chimera. We'll get both of them to save, and then there's still Hunter.
I can prepare bless. We can take that in with us.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I would probably give it to Hunter. Not that
I
it
can actually
wouldn't change a lot in this round, but
I could bless before we go in Hunter, Chimera, and Audra since they have the hardest time with the saves.
And you can do that.
I could
for
do that
free,
for free
right?
without a spell
Okay.
slot. Yeah.
All right, then you. I will prepare Bane though, because I think that will help us to some degree.
But I will say, since the bless won't necessarily help, if we can get Audra out, she has one greater restoration that she can immediately go use on Hunter to get him in the game.
Yeah, and in the case of that battle, it will be the move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When it's the real deal.
And also, when it's the real deal, I have Intellect Fortress that I could do, which would let people roll at advantage. I'm just not letting him
That would
see
be
that
fantastic.
it's a thing
Mhm.
that she can
I'm
do
saving
yet.
that as well. But that's also it's like so many concentration things. So it's like
Right.
bless or
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, like Bane is a
Exactly.
con, so like I would, if we're trying to do something to the other team, I would probably drop it as soon as it is
Mhm.
hopefully useful, because that aura of vitality spell that I kind of want to always have up, because then it's just bonus healing all the time, is a con. So like, that limits me a little bit.
Here's a question for you, because I guess we're doing a montage of training things. One, does it seem like in the simulation either of the flayers ever uses the Mind Blast more than once in a fight?
It is rare, but not never.
So
fact,
then,
This day, yeah, he did a success on his
Yeah.
recharge.
Do we are we aware that is a charged thing, or like could we roll to see if we pick that up as we're doing this? I'm not really sure like what the
Yeah, over time you would probably during the montage like, hey, why were you able to do that more that time? And he'd probably explain
Gotcha.
like, it's something that you can't just do right away. It takes a bit of mental thought, that especially when the two of them are kind of like locked in this mental battle, that generally it kind of like stalls it. But then if one of them, like kind of like when the tidal wave hit and like knocked him off his concentration, basically he was hit with another mind blast after that, just with only the psychic energy, not the stun part in that case. But in other cases, yeah, it could be helping with recharge and stuff like that. So there's different factors at play.
it is interesting. That does mean that in the actual fight, after the first volley, we could technically drop Intellect Fortress, just if we need to focus on another
I was
con.
thinking that too. I was thinking of describing Intellect as a pretty cool, like, how like Psylocke has her like psionic butterflies that come around her head, but you know, that's just flavor, whether you want to keep it flashy or not. Going into that or not.
Yeah.
What I would like to ask is, can I extract name from him more times during that training montage?
Yeah. So what I was gonna have people do is everybody roll a d100, and I'll just go from like lowest to greatest to see like how well you guys like perform over time. But yeah, you guys are doing Bane. You guys are doing all sorts of stuff. Dang, multiple.
Wow. Okay, so Audra died. Apparently.
In the simulation? Oh,
Audra
no.
just died.
Okay, so yeah, you guys like start off on your next one abysmal, like TPK. Like, all right, guys, we're gonna cut this one. 50s, 60s, like same thing. Like you guys are doing better than average. You guys are winning, but then he gets away. But then the last two times, you guys get him. Like you guys are able to, like between your Bane, all the things that you guys are starting to like pile in there. 2 sessions in a row, you get him, and like the counter spell is working and everything else. So you are feeling much more confident heading in finally to be like, hey, we beat the simulation twice in a row now. Things are feeling good. And so then we'll cut forward to when you guys are rolling across Cephalo Bay. Let me take you back to the full screen here. Cephalo Bay is known to be like infested with some large ass creatures like krakens, things like that. And there will be a moment where like after battle, Cerebro will be like, hey, you want to see some crazy shit? And so he'll like take you up to like up on board on deck or whatever, and just like look out over there, and you'll just see like a massive kraken sized thing like lift up and over and then go back down, and you'll hear like some crazy like kind of tonal blast going through from there, giving this kind of haunting reverberating kind of tone that goes out. And then you'll hear something coming from the ship itself that's just like just kind of like sci-fi kind of sounds going back, and then like the kraken will like come up, kind of come over, and then you'll see that it starts kind of swimming away, giving you the sense that they have some kind of technology that allows them to either control or keep at bay huge massive creatures, because you've been hearing all your lives that like when you get too far out from shore, it gets crazy, the massive sea creatures that are out there. And so you've finally seen one for the first time. Just like, all right, well, there that was. Enjoy the rest of your night and rest up, because after tomorrow, we'll be at Fort Moultrie. Be on your best game. Is there anything else that anybody has for the boat ride over before we call it a night? Because tomorrow or next week we're hitting ground the running with Fort Moultrie.
I think as an addendum, just because people were mentioning it in the chat and everything, and I think it's the consensus. After that chat, and especially everybody seeing him blatantly try to go into Chimera's mind, Rain is just thought shielding everybody in the party from that day on.
Yeah, so he's like, when he was like, I don't trust you if I can't read your mind, the next day all of us can't have our minds read. It's like, well, you know,
yeah,
the streak goes
sex
both ways.
suck.
There's definitely some tension there, but just through talking and everything, I think he still gets that you're all on the same page of like, we want to complete this thing. Like, they don't trust you, he doesn't trust you either. But frankly, that's what he's going up against at Fort Moultrie that he's talked about too. Like, he's fully anticipating, like, he's told this guy that he's teaming up with him and he's gonna go over there offering him gifts and stuff. He doesn't trust this other guy and fully anticipates that the other guy doesn't trust him either, so he's kind of used to this shit.
In fact, actually, as part of that conversation, just to try and reinstill some trust that we're trying to be doing the same thing, Rain will ask, would it be beneficial if our minds couldn't be read walking into the fight as well?
It shouldn't matter because I will be using some of my abilities to project thoughts over your thoughts. If you want to do it, you can, but if it wastes valuable resources that would otherwise help us kill him, then don't do it.
Well, would it make him slightly more powerful for his counterspell or anything if you didn't have to worry about concentrating on false thoughts?
No, I'd still want to do it either way because...
Because otherwise the other guy would be like, why can't I read them?
Yeah, exactly.
Fair enough. Okay.
I would definitely say conserve those because that's a lot of slots.
It is a lot of slots. She's definitely doing it for the dinners because she's not using her other magic anyway because she doesn't want him to know. So, and actually, to be perfectly honest, my second level slots.
That's my main attack. Just press X, tidal wave.
Yeah, that's all he knows. He's like, God damn, she could do tidal wave.
Yeah. Does anybody else have anything for tonight? We might call it a little early tonight if no one else has anything else.
Yes. During the trip, Anwar, using his Artificer Tinker tools, he is going to craft 4 arrows of Bane, and he's going to give those to Hunter.
Nice.
Yay! I was hoping it would be me.
Yeah.
I don't know what the DC for it is. Usually, like poisons, it's like DC 13 or DC 15. So
Yeah, I'll look into that and get back to you on that by next week.
probably should be a con since it's a poison, but
Yep.
it is
con,
whatever you want
yep.
to do.
Can I make a suggestion that either Ryan can roll for it to make it higher, or possibly do a thing where you add his intelligence modifier plus proficiency to 8? Like use his save?
Yeah, that would make it 14, right?
My save is
Should be 15, right?
15.
Okay.
That seems fair to me, but oh.
What would you like, Richard?
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and give me whatever the closest thing is to a alchemy check.
I can do a tinker, or I have alchemy supplies, so I can do
Technically,
that.
you already made the potion the poison a while ago. So, but yeah, give me whatever.
So intelligence plus expertise plus guidance plus. Well, let's see if he needs it.
Oh,
Wow.
Miss Chimera.
Yes, darling. Try again.
Of those 4 that you have, I think one of them like gets on you. You like cut your thumb, like, oh no.
Oh, the first one.
Hey!
Good job.
There you go. Okay, so I
Miss
will.
Chimera!
Lost one and you have thumb for a little bit. You're feeling good. You're like, kind of, all right, yeah. But then after that, DC 15 for the other 3.
All right, so 3 arrows of Bane with DC
Oh wait,
15.
sorry. Was Chimera nearby doing?
I thought that was why he rerolled.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was me being like, no, dear.
Okay.
I fully
Please.
imagine us sitting in the room and like he cuts himself with it and Kamira watches it and goes, whoa, that feels weird. She's like, oh shit, what's the other?
No!
You get all 4 arrows. It's DC 15. But
I'm choosing to believe that he gets a very warbled Miss Chimera.
So that's for Hunter. For Miss Chimera, she still has her shield, and she has the
My
radiant
badass sword.
sword. Remember, you can blind things on a reaction if you choose.
Oh yeah, and I very deliberately am not using that during the fun time, thing.
I will
because-
also say, between you and Audra, if one of you wants this, though, if Audra, you want to stick more to spells, maybe.
Give that to Chimera.
I love those potions. It doesn't matter what character I'm playing. I want the giant potion.
Yeah, no, give Chimera Hill Giant because like yes, that applies to my attacks, but that applies to everything Chimera does as opposed to just
Chimera's
when I attack, you know?
So, Miss Chimera, you have that as well now. It lasts for an hour.
Yeah, that said, I think okay, so if we have the Bane arrows, I'm going to not prep that in one of my slots. Instead, I'm going to bring Sanctuary.
When
What's
you
up?
cast Bane, you can do that on 3 people though.
That's true. I'm just thinking of what else would be a good thing to prep for this. I feel like Sanctuary would be a really good one to bring in.
It's
Well,
one person.
I know,
I'll be
but it would
honest,
still be good just to keep someone, you know.
Just for your own sake, if this helps you at all, I wouldn't bring Bane because even like I can do it for free, but I can also just use spell slots if I don't know their name. So like I always have Bane prepared.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna Then I will bring Sanctuary. I think it will be helpful. Like it's specifically like if there's something we want to make sure we do not lose con on, Sanctuary gives another really good buffer for that.
Wait, how many people can you cast Sanctuary on?
Good question. Can it be upcast is the question.
Because if you can do 2
Sanctuary
people,
cannot be upcast.
damn. I was about to say if you could do 2 people, you could upcast the 2 people that have Intellect Fortress.
Yeah. It unfortunately does not upcast.
Damn.
But it's 1 minute, no concentration. So when it's on you, you're gonna be good for basically that whole fight.
Yeah.
Because like
Well,
even when
until you
like
wanna do
even when
something. If
oh
you
you're
take
right.
any
Oh you're
action,
right. That's how it works. I keep forgetting how that
that's the
spell
whole
works.
thing.
Right. It's a protection. It's not a always
It's not
buffer.
like you get out of jail free.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Right. Yes. I forgot how that works. Well, I'll find.
Real quick,
You go ahead.
I hadn't finished giving out my toys yet.
Oh yeah.
Santa.
Audra, if you want, I have 4 potions of growth. It's still an action to use, so obviously, I don't know if Alter Self masks the hiding. That's a good question. Actually.
Well, we're
How does
dropping
Alter-
masks when we go in there. I'm guessing because who cares?
I would
Once the
imagine,
action starts, you know.
I would imagine like as he's doing his opening mind blast, you all can take off masks.
Yeah.
On the same instance.
And now, potion of growth. That's just effect is turned on, right? It's not a con, like my big gloves are. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me. I will take that. Let me put that down into my inventory here. Because yeah, I'll take it. And that has the same effects of the extra D4 and strength advantages.
It's still an
right?
action to use a potion, but if you can drink the potion and then just be a very tall cultist, I don't know, maybe that will raise the effect.
Well, if it's alter self, then I'm like, if I drink the potion first, then alter self, I'm correct size, and when I take off the mask, I'll just get extra big. You know.
Let me double check. Change
I thought Alter
appearance,
Self
change appearance.
keeps you at the same size you're at.
You don't appear as a creature a different size than you. Your basic shape stays the same.
Oh, okay. So I couldn't do it because I would.
You would be huge cultist.
You're just a really
Dude,
tall...
yeah. Can you imagine that someone rolls up? It's like a normal size squad, except one person in the back that's just like.
Your version of Alter Self does put you down to the exact height of like the typical build. So
I'll help with that. I'll help with that because when they say, "Hey, what's this really tall person doing?" I'll bluff at them and just tell them, "Oh, he's not big. He's just really close."
But realistically though, there's no reason like a larger creature couldn't have the mask, right? Like, there's no reason they couldn't just recruit a bigger like thing to their side. It's not like it's.
Well, Richard just said it would bring you to the normal size.
Yeah.
So then you're good. This
Okay.
is a special
Yeah. So I drink the potion. I put on the mask. I shrink twice, and then I take it off, and I'm like the Grinch's heart in that room. Just.
That's what you want to do. You can do it.
Yeah. But I do, just because healing word is not a healing thing I usually do, and I have other things that can do the same effect. So I want to find something else I can slot in here for this
Besides
fight.
Healing Word?
Yeah.
Healing Word is the best spell in the game, but go for it.
My Aura of Vitality is a better healing word.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
if you get it up, that's the real problem. Is healing word you can always use. You don't always get the aura up.
That's true.
Well,
Um,
I would also say healing word is in a clutch better if somebody goes down. You could bring them back up instantly.
That's true. I just like I've not. I don't know that I've usually used
Yeah, you should
better
definitely
things,
start
but-
using heal word.
Well, what I'm saying is I haven't had a need to. I've been able to get to them with a better thing every time, you know?
But the thing is like if someone goes down, like Hunter goes down,
And he's
you
far
can
away.
still swing.
Yeah.
Healing
And
word is like a
throwing it out
bonus
there as an
action
example,
from
yeah,
like
true.
100.
It's fair.
Yeah.
60 feet.
So
The
you-
other thing
Yeah.
I could totally see happening just because of Audra, especially if you're going to be large, getting to the other person might become a problem because of opportunity attacks.
It's true.
Yeah,
I
it's
have my
locked.
maneuver for that, thankfully.
But you should definitely always have healing word.
There's just like the thing about a cleric, it's nice, but there's like half of your spell slots are things you just kind of always have to have on. Like I always.
Counterpoint. How many times have we all almost fucking died?
It's true, but again, I think I've used healing word like once. I've used.
Yeah,
more
there were a lot of
healing.
times you used healing word.
Yeah, I would say
I don't
that's
know if
not
I
the-
can. Yeah, but if I can reach somebody, I'm going to do the
That's
better
not
healing.
the con you think it is.
I don't know. It is
That's more.
the situations we've been in though. It hasn't been the thing I've chosen because I have been able to get to somebody. You know.
Yeah,
But
I would definitely say you
Being
should use
prepared.
I think I'm gonna call it a night, guys.
All
I'm
right.
gonna try that.
it. Sorry, I was
All
gonna
right.
get one more. I didn't finish handing out the
Oh,
toys yet.
sorry.
Still, lastly, to Rain, I will give her the potion of fire breath if she would like
Bruh.
to. I know this isn't your style, but maybe you can make it your own. You know, wouldn't be the first time you started a fire. So,
It's just like a shot of whiskey, right?
yes.
It's all like a shot of whiskey.
She'll absolutely take it. Now I have things to
just
do
like-
with my bonus action.
Just like all the other potions that we've gotten so far, they last an hour. So before we mask up,
Yeah.
if you want to throw the potion down,
Do you?
you can keep it for an hour.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, wizards really don't have much in the way of bonus actions, do you?
Nope. The
Not to,
only
like,
bonus
a
action
round of
thing I
stars.
have is extract name.
Oh,
Bro, I have
are your
so
are your
many
like
bonus
special
actions.
resonant things not bonus actions?
No, they get tacked onto spells.
Oh.
Well, guys,
That's
I
it.
think,
That's all my stuff.
yeah, you can keep on talking about. I think I'm signing off for the night.
Yeah, no worries.
All right,
Well,
man.
we'll be back
Good
next
night,
week with
and
the
happy birthday again.
Yeah, happy
Yeah.
birthday.
Happy birthday.
We're back next week with the end of the arc,
to
right?
you.
Yeah, assuming that's how it goes. Yep, I imagine.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to get right into the action as quick as possible next
Well,
time.
if it's not how it
Yeah,
goes, then it ends without rain. So.
Yeah.
All right, going to the end screen. Bye bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Good night, everybody.